going on, everybody? Who we 186 back again with the Overrated Podcast, episode 92. We are late. It's partly my fault. I had some family stuff I had
Partly.
to take care of.
What do you mean
No,
partly?
yeah, it's all my fault. My
Okay,
bad.
that's fair.
Yeah, I had some family stuff I had to take care of. So yeah. But we're here. We're gonna get this podcast going. Hopefully, we can get this done fairly quickly because obviously we got an important game that I have to watch. Plus, I have to go to work. But there's an important game today, so I gotta watch that. But anyway, Steve, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, the traditionalist 101 is here, and as I always say, it's always good to hold on to tradition, everyone. I don't know if you all noticed, but I think my mic is now more visible than it used to be. Frankly, I don't know. It seems like the audio seems to be a lot better when the mic is closer. So I'm going to see how this works. Personally, I don't really like it because I don't like how it looks like on screen. I kind of prefer it not to be visible for people to see. Well, we'll just see how it works out. Um, and about you mentioning how we are late, yeah, it's completely all on you, all your fault. But what I actually did, I just forgot. The thing is, I just completely forgot to post it. I actually made a couple of videos on your absence regarding the Warriors game
Uh-huh.
and the Miami Heat game. But I mean, I have the videos like right here, but I just haven't posted it. And then since we're gonna still talk about the playoffs overall, I didn't know if it would be wise for me to put it in our channel. I just didn't know exactly. So that's how it
Wait, so
goes.
you have the videos and you haven't uploaded them yet?
Yeah,
I mean, that's kind of like it's kind of a waste of time now.
yeah. It. That's what I said. I don't know. I don't even think it's even. There's no point.
Oh, FY, why are you always posting stuff on the main channel? You have a channel.
Yeah, but I'm not really talking about sports that much on my own channel.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, when it comes to sports and gaming, like I might as well just leave it on because what's the point of me talking about the same topics twice?
Yeah, that's true. I guess so. Anyway, what did you do this weekend or the last time we talked? Well, we talk. We talk every day, but what you done this week?
Um, okay, let me see. The one of I might as well share this. Like the situation as far as my second job. So I called HR on the guy and HR pretty much said that they'll talk, to the individual and we'll see, what happens. But it's been quite a few days now. It's been a
Mm-hmm.
few days and I haven't heard back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna call tomorrow and see what the update is. And if nothing happens, I mean it's no big deal. I've been getting a lot of overtime on my main job, and with the overtime I've been getting on my main job is actually covering what I've lost from my second job. And besides, like I said before, having extra amount of income is fantastic. It's great, but man, don't I just feel a lot happier that I'm not stressed with the extra work. My body doesn't ache as much anymore. I get to do more stuff as far as serving the Lord or whether it's catching up on my Bible reading, on my comic book reading, and just overall studies. So I think not having a second job, opens so much free time to do other things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I completely understand when people say your happiness counts. Trust me, it does. I haven't been just I just haven't really been enjoying life like I used to because of me constantly working 2 or 3 jobs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, so that's pretty much really all I did, and did also pick up a couple of comics here. Like I picked up this is a back issue. I picked up the you could put how you do that with the screen where you could do a close up whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that. I got this. This one I haven't. read this one yet, but I'm gonna try to see if I can read it tonight after our podcast is over.
Steve, your audio is acting weird.
Um,
No,
I
not now it's fine, but your audio was acting weird.
when you say weird, was it like lagging or something?
No, not lagging, but it was like your the volume of your audio was low for a second.
Hmm. Okay, the balance seems to be fine, but
No,
as I'm
you're good. You're good now, but you're good now.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, just let me know. So I'm just gonna share just a couple more. I think I shared this one already. Shazam, and um, this one here, Lost on Superman. Let me tell you, I was listening to one of my one of the guys I follow on Twitter and on YouTube. He mentioned how he no longer subscribe to this book
Hmm.
because not only does the title says lost, but he himself said literally he just felt lost reading the book. And I'm not gonna lie, the first issue I enjoyed. The second issue I was a little, I guess, a little confused. But with this issue, issue number three, as you can see it from the top, issue 3 to 10,
Hmm.
three out of 10. I got a little lost. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to read this book twice to figure out what in the world is going on with Superman. So apparently, just to do a quick story, just real quick. Even you might be interested, but apparently he got trapped in this, some weird time warp or whatever, and he went to talk to Lois, and he had to, pretty much see what was going on with crime and all that. And Lois goes, "Hey, you're back already." But to Lois, he only left for a couple of seconds, but to him, he was gone for like 10 years. So it's a very unusual story. But I'm gonna read it again to get a clear, full understanding, with this issue. Like I understood the first issue, but the second one I was a little confused, but the third one I was completely lost. So I could understand why the friend of mine that who I follow decided to just drop the book completely. I have a couple of more, but let's, for the sake of time, let's continue on with the podcast. What did you do this weekend
Um,
or the whole week? Mind you,
I
yeah.
I I pre-ordered Street Fighter 5. I mean Street Fighter 6.
Just now,
Yeah.
dude. I pre-ordered that thing months ago. What the heck were you doing?
No, I just forgot. But I just forgot. But I was able to do it a couple days ago, and I got the deluxe edition. So
Oh, I got the whole collection.
yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah.
So yeah. So I got the deluxe edition, and I bought some shoes online. I'll show them to you when I'm about to go to work. I'll
Mm-hmm.
I'll show them to you. But yeah, so I did that. Is there anything else relevant? No, I think that's really about it. I am the thing is that when Street Fighter comes out, I will be off that day. Well, I'm not off Friday, but
Mm-hmm.
Saturday I plan on picking up Street Fighter 6, and I'm off that day.
I'm trying to think. Wait, doesn't it fall on a Tuesday?
No, no, no. The game comes out on a Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, either way, I'm still gonna be able to get it day one because I'll get it right after work.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm gonna get mine. I can get mine on Friday, but I'd rather wait till Saturday.
Why? What's
Um,
what's up with what's up with these delays? Why?
I don't know. Just more convenient.
So it's more convenient for you to get the game later than the day it comes out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so I'm
Cool.
looking forward to that.
Good.
All right, so let me just shout out some people in the chat real quick. Obviously, Nolan, first comment. How you doing, bro?
What's up, Nolan? Yeah, you're first, bro. First.
Ruben, what's going on, bro? Conspiracy agent, how you doing? Um,
Ruben. Conspiracy agent, I got you. I got you. Conspiracy agent. Like, I'll keep you posted and updated of the situation that's been going on. So yeah, I got your back, bro. You know you're my homeboy.
Ruben likes your microphone, and he asked if he had a second job. I mean, he used to have a second job. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I used to have a second job, and appreciate thanks on the mic. It was I got it on sale, like it was a hundred something around whatever I forgot, but it was a while ago since I bought it now. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. The only thing is, I just feel like it's a little weird seeing it on screen. Well, because I'm watching myself obviously, and usually, okay, before were you able to see the mic before Hoovy?
A little bit.
Only a little bit, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, okay. So I kind of prefer it that way, but I don't know. I just feel like having it like this is probably be more ideal for me as far as the quality of the mic and the
Yeah,
audio, if you will.
yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, no, I mean, Ruben, I had a second job, and the issue with that is, the freaking guy pretty much didn't want to put me back on the schedule while I was on vacation because they switched managers. So my boss who approved the vacation transferred to another gym, and the new guy just never put me back on the schedule while I was on vacation. So that's pretty much the sums of it, with that. So I pretty much called HR and see what will be the update regarding that, because that's just a low blow for you to do that to somebody. You're pretty much punishing someone for being off. So that's what it felt like to me.
All right. So Nolan said multiple sources of income kicks ass, and Ruben said that you got a busy week, work, gym, saving babies. So
Work, gym, saving babies, and trust me, saving babies. We actually had a rescue this past week. We actually had a rescue, which is great. Hallelujah for that. And although we can't save everybody, we can't save everyone, but the fact that we are able to at least save one or two, I mean, it's all worth it. Like the hard work, the praying, the dedication, the talking to these people who wants to make a really crazy decision. It's all worth it at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I love serving the Lord anyway, so it's all good. Appreciate that, Ruben. Appreciate that.
all right. Well, first topic is you. So
All right, so
yeah.
now that we
Wait. Before you do, let me shout out the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord, the uh the link is underneath my name. You see right here. Just type it in and you'll find it. Um. Yeah. So this
put
you.
put you're not gonna put the Discord on the link.
Oh, you want to put it on the chat? Yeah. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Um, if I can. Let me see. Actually, I'll just type it in. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Yeah,
Do your.
and while you do that, what was I going to mention? Okay, yeah, does it make sense for me to make video? Because the other reason why I was so reluctant to post it is I didn't want to. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to offend you.
What would offend me?
Putting videos while on your absence.
No, I don't like. Don't like since you explained why you didn't do it on your channel. Like that's fine. Like it wouldn't matter either way. I just wish that you would have done it. You know what I mean? And if you do, you should share it on the Discord. That's why it's there.
Um, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that from now on. And also, like, if you want to make a quick video, and let's say I'm not around, I mean, you could do that too.
I
Because I don't know, if I'm pretty sure you've seen it in many occasions where whoever it is that you follow, where it's usually two guys, but then there occasionally, let's say one person is absent, and then you'll probably just see one person on whether it's a podcast or radio talk. Like, I've seen that a lot.
Steve, I do that all the time. I have a YouTube channel.
Okay, but you don't do it on the Overrated Podcast channel.
Yeah, but I
It's
rather
all right. Exactly.
no, but
Exactly.
I rather people go to my channel.
Wait,
That's
what?
I rather people go to my channel.
Then the Overrated Podcast channel.
I mean, they're already here.
Okay.
They're already here. Like if the thing for me is getting the subscribers that I have from my channel and bring them onto the overrated podcast and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why I always encourage you to make video. I know you made a video a couple weeks ago. You should have posted it on the Discord.
yeah. If anyone who's interested in watching that, I'll put it on. I'll put it on the Discord. It's pretty much about what happened in regards to Bud Light, because now they're in really big trouble now. That company is in serious trouble. But we'll get into that, later on. So I'll make sure I share that link with everyone who's in the Discord, and you all let me know how it feels. I actually had a guest that was over there. I think I shared clips with you, right?
Yeah, you did, but here's the thing. One, YouTube never told me that you were going live. Did you do it live or did you just upload the video?
No, yeah, I just uploaded the video. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Even still, I should have gotten a notification that you uploaded the video.
Hmm.
But even still, like yeah, you should share it on the Discord. Show it. You should show everyone that you made a video.
Yeah, and I'm going, and trust me, it was really, I really enjoyed doing it. And like I said before, my channel is going to be a little bit different. Pretty much everyone that's on this chat right now, it's pretty much a channel where I'm going to be talking about things that I'm not allowed to talk about here, thanks to a certain partner that I
Mhm. That's
have.
perfectly fine. That's why I told you to create your own channel.
I just had to say that, man. I just had to say that. I just had to put that out there, just to put that out there. But all right. So let's get started. So we are going to be talking about. Let me share this real quick. We're going to be talking about Microsoft again, and how, unfortunately, and I'm going to use that word, quote unquote, unfortunately, um, they it got approved, and it looks like now the only thing left is over here in America, I believe.
No, no, no. They still have to deal with the CMA because the CMA is a British commission, so they're not part of the EU. They're
Oh,
not
they're not
part.
part of the EU. Okay, okay, then that's good.
Yeah, they're not part of the EU, and there are still some other regulators that need to approve it, but I don't see. I feel like the only company that's going to not going to approve it right away is the CMA.
Say that one last time. I really couldn't
The
understand
only
that part.
don't like everyone else. It seemed like because there's still. I think there's like three regulators that they have to who have to approve it, and it
Hmm.
seems like all of them are going to approve it, but the CMA is the one that have already said no.
Yeah, yeah,
Now they could change
exactly.
their mind. They could change their mind, but right now they said no.
Yeah, let's just hope that it stays that way. Let's just hope it stays that way. So yeah, so as you all see the title right here before you, Xbox acquisition Blizzard deal approved by European Commission. Now we're just gonna go through this, real quick, for the sake of time, and plus, Hubi didn't seem like he was interested talking about this anyway.
Yeah,
But
I am so over this shit. I am so over it.
you know what? Real quick,
Mhm.
tell us. I'm just curious. Why are you just so over this?
No, because
Because
okay,
this is a huge deal for you and me and the gaming industry as a
yeah,
whole.
it is a big deal when it happened a year ago, right? Now the big news was the CMA not approving it because now it puts a big hurdle into them, completing the deal.
Yes.
So now you have, obviously you have Europe approving it, but is it going to change? Is it going to change? Like I'm like, it's probably not going to change right now.
Hmm.
So it's like I'm just to me I'm just over it. Like, I'm just over it because I have Xbox fanboys on my timeline trashing trashing the
Oh, are you serious?
yeah, they're trashing the CMA. They're trashing a regulator commission.
Hmm.
I've seen it all. Like it's so like it's so frustrating because like there's games to play and normally and the thing is that you have like people who are cited who are acting like they work for this company. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this commission is corrupt and all the other shit. And I'm like, bro, first of all, the vast majority of you guys don't live there. And I did, and I see, and I
All
see, and I
right.
see one guy. who does live there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm ashamed to be British over this,"
He
and I'm
said
like,
that.
"Yeah,"
Wow.
and I'm like, "Really, really?" Like the amount of damage control, um, dick writing, for lack of a better term, that they're doing on this whole deal makes no sense. And there was a part in the interview that we listened to last week with Phil Spencer, right?
Yeah, I
Where
remember. Yes.
one of the guys said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said that, oh, it sucks that we didn't get the deal done. We, who the fuck is we? I didn't know you work for Microsoft. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
funny.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just all these people who are so like fucking, they act like this company is a person. And
I
I
got you.
and look, and I get it. I get, being fans of something, but it's like, bro, it's like it's so weird. It's just weird. Like, people are criticizing this commission like they actually know what the fuck is going on.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They said that the reason why they stopped it was because of cloud gaming and cloud services. That has
Yeah.
nothing to do with Sony. And yet everyone blames Sony because they didn't approve the deal. They didn't approve of the deal, which is common fucking sense. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But to me, it's just weirdo behavior in my opinion.
I think. I mean, when people say things like, "Oh, I'm ashamed," to be European, or "I'm ashamed of this," "I'm ashamed of that," I think they're going overboard, like you're pretty much indicating.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, though, you do have to keep in mind that people do connect when it comes to video games. Like, to a lot of people, you and me included, we care about the industry as a whole. We care about games that we play, and we connect, ourselves with these games. Similar to how when people say, "I want to be away from reality," or "I want to be away from all the drama." That's why people go to sports, or that's why people, listen to music. And also, video games, falls under that same umbrella.
Yeah,
So
but
if
they're not bragging about games though. That's the thing. They're not talking about games. Like, all they really want, all these fanboys want, for real, they just want to be Sony. That's it.
they
That's
want
all.
to be Sony,
Yeah, that's all they want. They want to be like, oh, we get all these games, and they want Microsoft to buy publisher because they feel like it's unfair that Sony buys third party exclusive, right? Because look, we haven't talked about this. We haven't. It's not a topic, but Sony just announced that they're going to be doing a showcase next week,
oh,
next
okay.
Wednesday, right? And
Yeah.
there is a rumor that um that we're probably going to get a Metal Gear Solid remake.
Yeah, I think I showed you the article
Yeah,
for that, but I think it was only a rumor at the time, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why you didn't want to talk about it.
yeah, and it still is a rumor, but but the rumor is out there, right?
Yes.
And the rumor is also that is going to be PlayStation exclusive,
Yeah.
and and Xbox fanboys are always upset about that. Be like, oh, this company is all they do is buy third party exclusive, even though Microsoft done the same thing, and
Exactly.
Nintendo done the same thing.
Exactly.
So they use that as a reason to be like, oh, you see, that's why Microsoft has to buy Activision and Bethesda and whatever.
So they could do the exact same thing. Like, get out of
No,
here,
no, no,
man.
no. Good. Here's the thing. What Microsoft and Phil Spencer whined about this in the interview also, right? He was saying, oh, they have deals that make it very hard to be Xbox. Well, your strategy is Game Pass, is leveraging Game Pass. So that the reason why they, even though they do have third party exclusives, by the way, which none of them want to fucking talk about, but
Yes.
the thing is that the main attraction that Microsoft wants to use is Game Pass, right? Like, they can be like, okay, um, we don't have, the game doesn't have to be exclusive, whatever. Let's say they talk to Rockstar about Grand Theft Auto 6, right?
Hmm.
They don't have to make it exclusive. They don't have to pay money to make it exclusive. What they can do is pay Rockstar to put it in Game Pass day one, and they could market. They could use Grand Theft Auto 6 as a marketing tool for Game Pass.
Right.
That's what they want to do, right? And like it just it is what it is. But
Yeah, and obviously, because I remember you mentioned this to, I think, what was it? I think you had mentioned this with MLB the show, I think.
mhm,
And look, we all know what's going on here. When if Microsoft is able to have all these, whatever it's, you most likely third party games day one on Game Pass, we all know that that's going to hurt Sony, and Microsoft knows that. Like
exactly,
don't act like as if, oh well, we're not really trying to do the exact same thing. You are trying to do the exact same thing, because what you're trying to do is entice people to leave the PlayStation brand, because all of your third party games are going to be on Game Pass day one. And
yes,
instead of paying $60 $70 for it, oh, we could just have Game Pass, pay just a couple of dollars every month, and hear all these games. Like,
exactly,
don't act like as if, oh, you were saying here. We know exactly what you're trying to do.
exactly. And the funny thing, and someone said this, and I thought it was right on point, where he said that what Microsoft basically wants to do is turn their competitors into customers. Because remember, they're throwing around all these they're throwing all these 10-year deals out there for Nintendo, who took it, and all
Yeah,
these other cloud service stuff that I've never heard of. Be like, oh, we'll give you Call of Duty for 10 years or whatever, right? And Sony rejected that deal because at the end of the day, and this guy said it, and I agree with him. Sony doesn't want you. Sony doesn't want you guys. They don't want you guys being having power over them. Basically, they don't want to turn into a and what do we call it, a consumer of Microsoft product.
yeah,
That's what they don't want. They look at you as a competitor, not a consumer.
correct.
And Microsoft, that's how they want to leverage their power and money. Like they want their competitors to turn into consumers, but yet act like everything is still a competition.
Yeah, and let's also be real here. We all know that Microsoft has been constantly losing the console war against Sony and Nintendo. We know that. And look, I understand when a company wants to make their brand relevant or able to compete, with other brands. But when you do it in such a way to where you purposely want to make the other competitors irrelevant, and pretty much trying to dominate the market and be somewhat of a monopoly, it's to me, it hurts everybody. Not just Sony and Nintendo. Like, I believe it also hurts, the consumers also. I don't want to have to deal with the stuff that we're dealing with now, as far as making, incomplete games that you and I have talked about before.
Mhm.
Because now they have all the power and they have all the control, and for me, that brings fear, for me. But is there anything else you want to say before I read, or are we done?
No, to me, and the thing is that I don't mind if they buy third party exclusive, because one, they still do it anyway, right? I don't mind. The problem that I have is that in the problem that I have is that when you have a situation where you're just buying up publishers, right? And it's one thing to buy Bethesda, because look, Bethesda games have always done better on Xbox console than any other console, so that makes sense. But when you start buying Activision and EA and Take Two, which we know they're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
or at least it comes off that way. You know that the competitors don't have the money or the resources to compete in that fashion.
Exactly.
And what I don't want console manufacturers buying publishers. That's what I don't want. If it happens, it happens, right? But you have a multi-billion-dollar company buying another multi-billion-dollar company,
Yeah,
and
I
to
I don't
me,
want that either.
yeah, to me, that's a sign of consolidation. It is. And the thing is that people are always like, oh well, they're gonna make the game, oh they're gonna make the game better and shit like that. Have you seen Redfall? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like there's no guarantee of that. And also, be like, and this guy Brad Smith is always saying, oh, we want to bring the game to as many people as possible. The games are already everywhere. Call of Duty's already everywhere, and if and, if, and
yeah,
even if it's not, Activision can easily do that. Activision can easily do that. So to me,
yeah,
that's a little bullshit, and from them.
yeah. For crying out loud, like they have a Call of Duty game on mobile, on mobile. Like
Everything.
yeah, for goodness sakes, man. Like we well, for most likely any person who games and is a pretty much a hardcore gamer, like they're going to have either a PC, a Switch, an Xbox, or a Sony game. And most third party games, I know not all of it, I know it's not 100%, but most third party games are in multiple platforms anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really understand. Oh, we want to make sure that everybody gets to play. No, 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 you don't. That's not what you care about. That's not what you care about. You're using that as a your main reason, your primary objective. You want to obscure that to say that, oh yeah, we are for the consumers, when you're truly not. You're only there for yourself. That's all you're trying to do. But
Which which
anyway,
which I'm fine with, but just don't give me the dog and pony show about consumerism. But it doesn't fly. To me, it doesn't fly.
yeah, me
And
too.
you have a lot of Xbox dudes who fall for it, and it is what it is. It is what it is. But
Yeah,
continue.
yeah. So real quick, Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard has been approved by the European Commission. The approval brings Microsoft historic deal one step closer to completion. Can you hear me? What can you just fine?
Yeah.
All right. So the European Commission announced its website that it has approved the proposed acquisition under the EU merger regulation. The EC reached similar conclusions as the UK Competition and Market Authority CMA that the deal would not harm the console market but could harm cloud gaming, but was satisfied with Microsoft proposed remedies for these concerns. I mean, like cloud. When it comes to the percentage,
Mhm.
cloud gaming is not even in the 10% yet. From
Yeah.
from what I've heard, is not as far as the totality of the gaming industry. From what I've heard, cloud gaming is extremely low, like
Yeah,
very very very
it
low.
is. But the thing is that a company like Microsoft, I mean not Microsoft, Google is not do not want Microsoft to be a powerhouse in that space because
Well,
why?
even
Because they don't want to turn into a consumer of Microsoft.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's continue on. So Microsoft's solution appeared so effective to the EC that it now expects the deal will bring significant improvement to the cloud gaming market, a stark difference to the CMA conclusion that saw it block the deal last month. Yeah, we talked about that on before. The commitments offered by Microsoft fully address the competition concerns identified by the Commission and represents a significant improvement for cloud gaming as compared to the current situation, said the European Commission statement. The commitments fully address the competition concerns and identified by the commission and represents a significant improvement for loud gaming. What the heck is that? What's going on over there?
Bullshit is going on. Well, give me 1 second. All right, go ahead. Continue.
All right. Addressing its concerns that the deals going through would monopolize the sector, Microsoft has offered a 10-year licensing commitment for consumers in the European Economic Area (EEA). This commitment guarantees that Activision Blizzard games will not be locked to Game Pass Ultimate or the Xbox Cloud gaming platform. Instead, any cloud streaming service will be permitted a free license to provide Activision Blizzard games to EAA users on their platform. In addition, EEA consumers will be granted permission to stream all current and future Activision Blizzard games they own a license for on any cloud gaming device of their choice. Now, like, you know what? You know the question that I truly want to ask Microsoft.
Hmm.
I want to ask them. Okay, so what happens after the 10 years is done? Well, what are your exact plans after the 10 years are up for Sony and Nintendo?
Here, they want their consumers to come up to them and offer more of a deal, more deals. That's what they want. They want the consumer to approach Microsoft, and then we don't know if at that point if Microsoft going to up the price on them or not. We don't know,
Yeah,
but that is why Sony said no.
and I'm glad that they said no. I'm glad that they said no. Familiar concerns, these final conditions were drawn up after an in depth market investigation by the EC, which had concluded that Microsoft would not be able to harm rival consoles and rival multi game subscription services, but that the deal could harm competition in the cloud game streaming service sector. The commission said that it believes there is no incentive for Microsoft to refuse a distribute Activision games to Sony since it's the leading distributor of console games worldwide. I mean, they say there's no incentive, but again, why have a 10-year deal if there's no incentive? I mean, I don't know if that makes any sense, but why?
I agree with you.
Yeah, why have a 10-year deal if there is absolutely no incentive? Like, we know what you're trying to do, Microsoft. Like come on. The EC went as far to say that if Microsoft did make the likes of Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox, Sony would still be able to go toe to toe with it. Even if Microsoft did decide to withdraw Activision games from the PlayStation, this would not significantly harm competition in the console market, the EC said. Like, that's a bunch of BS. Like, do you know how much freaking isn't Call of Duty now like in the billions? Like,
Yeah,
their net worth is so much money.
yeah,
Like,
and here's the thing, because I agree with the commission that Sony. I'm not gonna say they can go toe to toe, but I don't want them being solely reliant on Call of Duty. That's not what I want. But the problem with what Microsoft is doing is that we know that this is only going to be step one or step two. We know, like they can say what they want about Call of Duty all they want. They're going to go after more publishers.
right.
So it's one thing to do it one time and then you do it again and again and again. At some point, the competition is going to falter because of it. They're going to falter because of it.
Hmm.
So losing Call of Duty, it may not harm them in the short term, but if Microsoft is going to continue to play the market the way that they're playing it, where they're going to buy more publishers, out after a while, it's going to hurt them.
Yeah, and I think what Microsoft is also trying to do. I'm. This is just me assuming. I think what they're trying to bet on is that we, the consumers, or anybody else, for that matter, will once the 10 years is coming, they probably just want us to just be more tolerant and just hopefully that we just forget about it. Okay, it's here. They're gonna do whatever that they want to do. It's been 10 years already. I think they're just betting on that we will just simply forget that this is only for a 10-year run, and then they're eventually going to gain full control. I mean, again, this is just a hunch on my part, but I think that's what they're trying to bet on. Similar to what happened with the whole DRM stuff, and with Connect, which Connect didn't work. That I think they're trying to make us more tolerant of what they want to do and just pretty much have full control over everything. And here's the thing of what you said earlier. You mentioned how if they continue to buy more studios after studio after studio after studio, to me, I don't know if you remember with me saying this. I'm only okay with that if they have a whole bunch of franchises that haven't been developed for years. You know what I'm saying? Like like Konami, for example. Like, if Sony decided to buy Konami upright, we haven't seen a Konami game. I don't remember the last Konami game that we ever had. I can't even remember what the last one that we had.
Speaking of Konami, let me address this one. with conspiracy agent real quick. He asks, Kojima won't be involved in the remake, right? I don't think so. I
Yeah, I
think
don't think so either.
I think he has other stuff that he's doing right now. But yeah, I don't think he's gonna be involved with the remake. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Yeah, okay. And Kid Vin, yeah, Kid Vin, so we needs to cancel. He could start posting an only. What's going on, Kid Vin? Shout out to you. It's good to have you here, buddy. But yeah, keep up with the jokes, man. That's funny. But yeah, but anyway.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so this is their quote right here. I mean, like this is a pretty long article. I don't really want to go through every single one of these. So I'll guess I'll just read this last part right here, and then I guess we could continue on if there's more updates in the near future. Its reasoning is purely Europe focused. However, with the example being that Call of Duty is less popular in the EEA than in other areas of the world. As for cloud gaming, the commission found that the popularity of Activision's games could promote cloud game streaming growth. So they think that with this deal, it's going to increase the growth of cloud gaming. Because, like I said before, I think cloud gaming is like 10 or even less than that percent when it comes to the whole entire industry as a whole.
And,
I don't think. Go ahead.
in its current form, I have no interest in that.
Correct. I don't have any interest in it either. I really don't. I really don't. Instead, now again, when we talked about this before, when it came to Sony, old games, like if you don't have a choice, then yes, then I could understand that, especially when it comes to older titles, dead titles. I could pretty much understand that because they're not going to make more of it unless it's remaster or whatnot. Well, last part. So instead, if Microsoft made Activision games exclusive to its own cloud gaming streaming service, Game Pass Ultimate, and withheld them from rival cloud gaming streaming providers, it would reduce competition in the distribution of games via cloud game streaming. I mean, to me, that's what they want at the end of the day, because they want to be the Netflix or they want to be the Disney Plus, but they want to be the standard. They want to be the king, and they want to make sure that when it comes to access to subscription to games, people want the Microsoft want Game Pass to be the top dog, which will ruin everybody else as far as competition goes. Now, in my opinion, I don't think this would really hurt Nintendo that much. I think Nintendo's first party games, all their characters and their titles, I think will keep them alive in the long run. But I do believe, like, just overall, when it comes to Sony and everybody else, I do think it is going to hurt the industry later on in the near future if the deal actually goes down 100%. But is there anything else you want to say before we move on?
No, I'm good. Let me just read this from Joe. He says Steve makes it seem like everything is dystopian and everyone trying to control people. They're not trying to control your life through video games.
Um, but wait a minute, Jabonis. If this goes down, they will have full control. What are you talking about? They will have full control of most of the market. Because all they're going to do is buy more studios after once this if the deal actually goes down. You think they're just going to stop there? No, they want Game Pass to be the top dog, and once that happens, they know that they're going to be the standard, and then there's no way that anybody else will be able to compete. Sony will not be able to match Game Pass. Nintendo won't be able to match Game Pass. Microsoft is the only one that has the money to do it. Yeah, so yes, obviously it's about control, my guy. And if you paid attention in the last podcast that we did, look at when it was me, Hoovy, and Seafring. Did you see how many games that were removed from Game Pass? It was a lot. Month after month, games was being removed. Why? Because they have full control of it. Jabonis. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm good. I'm just tired of this fucking topic, to be honest with you.
Well, dude, like there's going to be more. This is not it.
You're right about that. You're right about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. So at the end of the day, I'm disappointed that this actually happened. A friend of mine who actually knows Joe also.
Mhm.
I meet him. I always talk to him, in the comic book store. He's constantly trying to entice me to get an Xbox and support Game Pass. I mean, I just can't do it. I'm not doing that. I think he had the same discussion, with Jabonis also,
Mhm.
but I just cannot. I just cannot support not where direction that Microsoft is going. I just can't support Game Pass like
Does he
everybody
work
else.
for Microsoft? What's that about?
No, no, no. He loves Game Pass. He was pretty much telling me how Steve. I'm telling you, man, like to be able to play any game that you want and not pay $60-$70 for it, bro. Like this is awesome. Like I'm telling you, Game Pass is the thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but like I'm not. I'm not just here looking at the surface area. Like I'm trying to see how this could affect me down the line, and I just can't support it. But anyway, that's it for that topic.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. All
Yeah,
right. So
you wanted to talk. You wanted to talk about that, so I'm actually interested why you wanted to talk about it.
yeah. Do you have you played the game yet?
I've watched my brother play. Like I went to his room and then I was watching him play. My goodness, like there's just so much there. It was just so much to do in that game. And frankly, you know what? Actually, you know what? You
Yeah.
go and see what you're trying to. I'll comment afterwards. I'll share my commentary afterwards.
Okay. So there's obviously two things I want to share with the game, right? And the question I wanted to ask you. Now, first thing first, the game came out last Friday, and it's a 96 on Metacritic right now, right? So I believe it is the highest rated game this gen. Maybe the first one might be a little bit higher. Maybe Breath of the Wild is a little bit higher, but yeah, but it's a critically acclaimed game. Sold very well, as you can see here, 10 million copies in 3 days.
In 3 days, that's Mario type numbers. But yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
which is the highest, which is the most that is sold in that short amount of time ever. It
Hmm.
is the fastest selling title in the franchise history, right? So,
Yeah.
hey, so Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has a sold an eye-watering 10 million copies in the first 3 days on the market, making it the fastest selling title in franchise history. The early sales milestone also makes it the fastest selling Switch game ever in the Americas and the fastest selling Nintendo title on any system released in the region. So that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nuts.
Um, all right, so Nintendo also revealed that the Zelda series overall has sold 130 million units as of March this year. Before Tears of the Kingdom, 10 million sales have been added. So you have the tweet right here. Is there anything else more relevant to it? Because it's not really not. Let me read this. Many players are returning to Hyrule with all of its new mysteries and possibilities, and with the record-breaking launch of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for Nintendo Switch, we can't wait to see what they'll create in the game and the stories they'll share next," said Nintendo of America's executive vice president Devin Pritchard. We're grateful for all of our fans who showed their passion for Zelda over the years, and these sales numbers for the latest installment continue to show the strong momentum for both the franchise and Nintendo Switch this year.
Hmm.
And IGN obviously they gave it a 10 out of 10. Um, but let me ask you a question. Right now we've had the okay. Hold on. Let me read this from Joe first
That
before I ask this
that
question.
that part right there where you took it out. Okay.
Oh yeah, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, yeah. You're saying?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see this real quick. So it says show passion of the year. These sales. Oh, stupid ads. Yeah. Scroll. I don't know if you have to scroll up or
Let
down.
me, hold on.
Okay.
No, go. I think we're right there.
Hard to cloud into the cloud where expanding, evolving the world that already been felt full beyond expectation. For everything else, Tears of the Kingdom, be sure to take a look at the walkthrough. Oh, okay, okay, all right, all right. So they're just talking about how how the game has just been pretty much the game it really expand, which from from what I've been hearing, a lot of people have been complaining about. But what's your question?
The question I have, right? Because obviously the game is a critical hit, a commercial hit, all that stuff, right? Oh yeah, all right. All right, let me read Joe's comment. Yeah, Jwanski tried to get me to get one, so Junior can play everything. Okay,
Well, yeah, you see, all right. So yeah, so so now you see that Hoovy firsthand. Like he tries to
yeah,
convince me, and now he tries to convince Joe also. But he's an
yeah.
awesome guy. I love talking to him. He's cool. Shout out to him.
Okay, okay. So the question I have, right now, obviously the game is on the Switch, which is obviously not the strongest console in the world, and the
Okay.
game does run at sub 20 frames, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said, even though the games are fantastic, the barrier for them being fantastic is a lot lower than your average Xbox and PlayStation game. Because when it comes to PlayStation games, they're judged on more stuff like voice acting, like animations, all the other stuff that Nintendo games don't provide. Most of the time, they don't provide.
Okay.
Now, the question I have for you is: do you think Nintendo gets a pass when it comes to these reviewers?
Um. Hmm. To a degree, I think they get a pass well, yeah, to a degree. I think they do get a pass, frankly, because I think because of the brand, and obviously when it comes to Zelda, when it comes to Mario, if the gameplay is great, I think it's a lot easier for any consumer or any reviewer to bypass everything else, even though it's somewhat quote unquote should be a standard when it comes to gaming, like how you mentioned voice acting. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as far as voice acting goes for Zelda, they do have voice acting in it, but only in cutscenes,
Yeah,
only in cinematic stuff.
but
Which
but more so, I'm talking more about the performance, right? Because obviously, you look at Redfall, and that's the only reason why Xbox dudes are bringing this up because of Redfall, right? Because Redfall was criticized for being 30 FPS, and here you have a game that runs below that in certain parts.
mm-hmm.
Even though I would argue that Tears of the Kingdom looks a shit ton a lot better than Redfall, and it's a better game.
Yeah, Redfall looks like trash.
Yeah,
I think you said it looked like a 360 game.
yeah, it looks like a 360 game. The game looks awful.
Yeah.
And look, I get it. The Nintendo, their, Tears of the Kingdom is like it's damn sure not Horizon when it comes to visuals. It's not
Well, of course
Horizon,
not. Not even
but
close. Of course.
but the art style that it does utilize is very beautiful and it's very well done.
Yeah.
And the thing that I wanted to address, and because I do agree that Nintendo games in general do get Oh, hold on, let me read this from Joe. He said that I respectfully, Hoovy, you need more than just Redfall to be fair.
Hmm. That's interesting.
Um, what you mean? What you mean by that? Like, just clarify that for me.
I think what he's saying is that you using Redfall as an
Oh no,
example.
no, 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 no. Good. Here's the thing. Okay. I get it. Here's the thing. The reaction to this game from Xbox fanboys had everything to do with Redfall. This is on them. This is not on me. This is not on me. This is not on me. This is on them because they're the ones that are so obsessed with Redfall and the reception it got and all the grief that it got because it's 30 FPS, right? And it has performance issues and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And they're asking, "Oh, why is it that Zelda can get away with this but Redfall didn't, or with PlayStation guy, or why this game didn't, and whatnot." And while I agree to an extent, my main point is that if a game is good no matter what. Obviously, performance could affect it if it's that bad, but a good game's a good game. And I'm sorry, Redfall is not a good game. It's not a good game. And then I mentioned like a game like what's that game called? The one that Sony Ben made a couple years ago. Days Gone, right? Days Gone, I don't think it's a bad game, but it's nothing special. Especially when you compare it to what Naughty Dog did with The Last of Us Part Two. It's nothing special,
Right.
and people need to just realize that. Like, yeah, do I think Zelda is a bit overrated in certain points? Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
no, no,
Here
no,
we
no,
go.
in
Oh,
certain,
here we go.
in certain aspects, yes, but there's a reason why this game continuously sells well and rates well because it's a great game. It's a great game. At the end of the day, it is what it is.
But if the game is great, how is it overrated? If it's great,
No, I said certain aspects of it is overrated.
okay.
There's certain aspects of it is overrated, but yeah, like to me, I just think people who are bitching complaining about the game are just doing so. I feel like a lot of it's just done on jealousy.
Oh, you think you think it's envy? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's envy, jealousy, especially from the Xbox dudes. Like, come on now.
But do you think they have a point? Because I remember you mentioned. I think you said that 60 frames per second should be the standard.
Yeah, but I also know that the Switch can't handle that. If for a game that big, like, yeah, it can't handle that.
Hmm.
So it's like, so what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed like the part of the reason why Redfall gets the shit that it gets is because the marketing behind it from Microsoft talking about the most powerful console, 60 FPS is the standard. That's on them. Context matters.
Yeah.
We know what Zelda was gonna be. We know it, and if that's not good enough for you, then that's fine. Don't buy it. It's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? To me, the part the score when it came to Nintendo game that got me confused was Mario Odyssey. There is nothing special about that game. I'm sorry, there's nothing special about it.
No, here we go. There's
I'm,
nothing
I'm,
special about that
no,
game.
there isn't. There isn't.
The only reason why that you feel that way is only because you felt that you got bamboozled because you thought that they were going to go in a different direction.
Yeah,
'Cause when you saw how he was interacting, with regular humans, you thought it was going to go to a completely different direction.
yeah,
That they was going to take a risk similar to how Nintendo took a risk with Mario Sunshine,
yeah,
completely different from all the other Mario games. And then when you saw that it was a regular traditional Mario game, you got upset over it. That's why you're saying that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No disagreements. No disagreement. Like, and people fawning over this game, and I played the game at your place. I'm like, yo, there's nothing special about this game.
Oh my
It's a
god.
combination of every Mario game that's come out, 3D Mario game that's come out. It's just a combination of all of them.
Hmm.
At least Zelda tries something new. At least the gameplay loop for Zelda is a lot better.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it is what it is. Conspiracy Agent says what annoys me when people ask when an absurdly high graphic game will be ported on Switch. Sure, if you want it 2 frames per second. Yeah, I don't get that either. I don't get it either. And then they're doing the whole cloud gaming thing when it comes to some of the higher intense games, and I'm like, why would you play like that? And on the Switch of all places.
Yeah.
Conspiracy Agent also said Switch is a great system, but it can't handle everything smoothly. True. Overrated. Joe said overrated. No, it just gets deserved props. But yeah, sometimes people hang on to Zelda's nuts too much.
Well, I mean, wait, hold on. Well, first, let me go back to what conspiracy agent said. He said
Huh?
Switch is a great system, but it can't handle everything smoothly. Like, I don't necessarily think that it really needs to, because everybody already expects and is aware that it is the weaker console against the other two. But if you want to add PC in there, so that's another one. So you have the PC, you have Sony, and you have the Xbox. Everyone is already aware of it that it's not as strong as the other two consoles. But the thing is, I think people are now accepting that at the very least it's good enough. Look at this other game. Like I have put it. I wanted to share this screen real quick.
Mhm.
Um,
Hey, be careful.
oh, even if it's on Google, I have to be careful.
Yeah, you be careful.
Oh, for goodness sakes, man. All right, so I mean, all right. Let me see. Well, it's probably hard for you all to see, but when I look at this game and when I was watching my brothers play, now I'm not gonna sit here and say, "Oh my gosh," look at the graphics. Like I wasn't in awe like I was when I'm watching people play, let's say, God of War, for example, or Resident Evil 4. Like, of course not. But everybody could look at this game and say that, wow, it's durable. At least it's still good enough. Like you said, it's better than Redfall.
Yeah, it's a
Now,
great. Yeah, it's a great looking game in general. I think it's a great looking game.
yeah, and with the art style that it uses, with the color and everything, like it's still a beautiful game to watch. So it doesn't really have to look all realistic like Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima or Call of Duty and whatnot. Even though I don't think Call of Duty is as great graphically as all the other games, but at the very least, it's still durable. So I don't necessarily think it has to be run smoothly. Conspiracy Agent, this is still good enough. When you
Nah,
look at Smash
well,
Brothers,
no. Well, Smash Brothers runs at what 60.
hmm
Yeah, like Smash Brothers runs fine. This game, there's time when the game chugs.
I haven't really seen it, nor did I experienced it yet. I haven't really seen people complain that there's drop offs and whatnot.
I
But
I
you could be right. You could be right.
I've seen it. People have complained about that, but even with that, like not every just because the game is a 10 doesn't mean it's perfect. Doesn't mean it's perfect. It's just that there are certain things that doesn't do everything well, but the overall presentation, everything about the game shows you that this is one of the best games to come out.
hmm
So yeah, so
So you okay with how the green looks graphically?
yeah, I don't have a problem with the graphics of the game.
Okay,
Absolutely no issues with it.
but you see, then that's the point that I'm trying to make. You
Yeah.
could still get away with it despite the fact that it's not as powerful as the Xbox or Sony.
No, but the problem that I think people have is the performance, is the frame rates. Like if it's chugging at certain points, people are gonna be like, oh well, they're not gonna give Horizon that opportunity if there's a section where it chugs or whatever. Which I actually don't see people complaining about the performance in Horizon. When performance becomes an issue is if it's really bad or if the game's no good.
hmm
Right? Like Jedi Fallen Order, right? Like that Star Wars game that came out a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
People are have complained about the performance of the game. Absolutely, people have complained about it. But the game is good enough to where people can still play the game and like the game.
Yeah.
Right. So let me read some comments. Kivit said that Microsoft should buy Sega.
No. 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 Kid, no. No. I believe that Microsoft will completely ruin, will make their franchise worse, the whole company worse than it already is now. Because when it comes to Sega, all we have is pretty much Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic is the only game that's pretty much carrying that company. I mean, at least in my opinion, because I agree with Hoovy 186 said that that Sonic is a much bigger brand than Sega is as a whole.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily think that's the answer. If anything, I would prefer if Sony or Nintendo buys it. But even I wouldn't even want that either. But whatever.
Yeah. So I know Rudolphi's saying he's in favor of Microsoft buying Activision. So you know.
Yeah, he's in favor of that too. I don't know what's going on with Riddler, but yeah, Riddler will be Riddler.
Yeah, I have so much to say. So, Malta, what's going on, Malta? How you doing, bro?
Oh, Malta's here, man. Malta, you've been missing in action, brother. But man, it's so awesome, to have you here again, man. You've been missed.
All right, so Joseph is not Nintendo if you don't chug. Uh, Retrospective J, aka Nintendo Gamer, what's going on, bro?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Nintendo Gamer.
hmm
Oh, okay. What's up, Nintendo Gamer? It's been a while, brother.
yeah. So yeah,
Hi,
so
Zelda. Yeah, yeah, he said it's good. Here's the thing, Hoovy. Uh, I also believe the reason why it gets a pass. Let's just be real. I mean, it's a Zelda game, and and if the game is good, I think that's all people care about.
yeah, that's all. Yeah, but like to me, if like, and I agree. If it's good, that's all that should matter. I think the only thing that I reserve that I don't like is when games like Horizon and I can't think of any other game, but games like that, like the PlayStation game, basically, right? They're all there. You have a lot of these guys, and a lot of them are Nintendo fanboys. Is they're like, oh, Sony is only about graphics and cutscenes. There's no gameplay, which is so stupid.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid because like I said, like there's cutscenes in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom,
Yes.
and there's tons of gameplay in God of War,
Oh, absolutely.
Horizon
Yes.
Zero Dawn, um, Uncharted. Like all these games have a ton of gameplay in it. Has a ton of gameplay in it. Again, you can love Tears of the Kingdom. Like I'm going to eventually buy the game.
Whoa. What?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy. Yeah, why are you surprised? I said I was gonna buy it, but I'm buying Street Fighter
Wow.
first.
Wow. You
I'm gonna
buying
buy.
you buying the game?
Yeah, but I'm gonna buy
Okay.
Street Fighter first because I wanted to buy Breath of the Wild first, but I figured, you know what? Let me just buy this instead. Let
Are
me
you
buy.
are you going to buy so you're not planning on buying Breath of the Wild at all?
No,
Hmm.
no,
That figures.
no, because I've heard there is definitely some stuff about Breath of the Wild that I read about that I would not like the weapon breaking. That would frustrate me, but
Why would that frustrate you?
I don't want my weapon to break. I don't want my weapon to break. I just don't. But yeah. But if not, I rather just play. I rather just play Tears of the Kingdom.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. So um, what else was I gonna say?
I
Yeah.
mean, I still count Zelda. I mean, I know you probably don't, and I think Joe doesn't either. But I still somewhat still count Zelda as an RPG game, in my opinion.
Hmm?
But I think so. Which I mean,
Zelda as an RPG.
yeah.
I mean, people count Horizon as an RPG.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, but I think that the only thing that here's what I will say, because I have played many adventure and RPG games in the past.
Mhm.
Like for example, Final Fantasy X, for example, they had a lot of time where they were voice acting. You would walk up to somebody, to a complete stranger, and you would actually hear them talk instead of just reading subtitles all the time. Um, I wish that Nintendo would stop being lazy, regarding that, because from what I've heard, paying voice actor really doesn't really cost that much money. Paying voice actor doesn't really cost that much, so I don't necessarily think. I don't know why Nintendo is being lazy in that regard, as far as voice acting is concerned. But I do kind of wish that they would give us more of that, because if people were doing this, if video game companies and developers were doing this, back then, back in even in the PS1 games, like come on, like you need, it's time for you to step up to the plate and come on, like give us more voice acting, not just in cutscenes. But that's just me.
Yeah, and to go to my point, like it really doesn't matter to me if it does, but you look at a game like like Horizon, some people will ding the voice acting. while Nintendo games by and large don't deal with that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you have a scene where if you have something where they don't like the art style, whatever. No, that people will judge. That won't matter. But like I'm really talking about modern AAA games, right?
Hmm.
Where they put all this emphasis on story, cutscenes, and voice acting and stuff like that. That stuff gets judged, and a lot of that stuff are not featured in Nintendo games.
True.
So when you don't have that, when you're not judged on that, and you're just pretty much judged on gameplay, then yeah. So it makes it easier.
Yeah,
It
I
makes it
agree.
easier. So all right. So let me read some more comments. Yeah. I said cutscene, and hopefully hopefully I am in for a treat because 'cause like I said, I haven't bought a Zelda game since the Minish Cap
You
on the
bought the Minish Cap?
yeah on Game Boy Advance.
Wow. I thought you was going to say a Link to the Past because I don't remember you having any other game besides that.
Yeah, my sister had a Game Boy Advance, so I bought Minish Cap on there.
did,
Fantastic.
did you beat the
I
game?
no, I didn't beat the game though. I didn't beat the game because what happened was she moved out and I don't think she took the Game Boy Advance. I think she just lost it.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And she also had the GameCube and one of my nieces broke it.
The GameCube?
Yeah.
How did they do that? What, they just picked it up and just dropped it?
No, they were poking at the lens inside the.
Oh my god.
And funny story. The newborn. Well, she's 3 years now, but she broke their TV.
And how did she do that?
I think she threw something at the TV.
Oh my god. Oh man, that kind of remind me how when people had remember when people was throwing breaking their TVs with the Wii remote
Hmm.
back in the day. That just reminded me of that. That's funny, but okay. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah. So Joe said narrative-based games aren't gonna work like platformers, so you can't compare Sonic to Last of Us. Those comparisons are ass backwards. I agree, but people do it anyway, bro. People do it anyway. So Jay says that
Wait, is it because I'm just curious? You saying because of the style of the game, or are you saying because it's just extra work? Like,
no,
I'm not.
because like the thing is that people when they look at and this is more mainly Nintendo guys, when they look at a game like The Last of Us, they're always like, oh, there's only cutscenes and shit like that. There's not much gameplay and stuff like that, which is not true. And they look at a game like Sonic and they'll be like, oh, I'd rather play Sonic because all I'm doing is just gameplay, even though that gameplay mid.
I don't think that's really good. That's funny that you say that because I remember people were complaining about that with not Resident Evil with Metal Gear 4, saying that the cutscenes was too long, that it was not enough gameplay, which I thought it was a whole bunch of hogwash. Because every single Metal Gear game, at least the ones that I have played, they all had long cutscenes,
Yeah.
and that's what I actually appreciate about the game. Also, I love the fact that there were multiple cutscenes, for you to watch, and other games, were like that too. Resident Evil was like that. They may not be as long as Metal Gear, but come on, like why would you complain that the cutscenes are too long? Like come on, man, you're just complaining just to complain at this point.
So Jay said that in Tears of the Kingdom the weapons break too, but combining weapons make it stronger. Okay.
Okay, are you still gonna get the game?
Yeah, yeah.
So you still so you cannot use that reason for Breath of the Wild now.
No,
You still gonna get the
like
game?
I said, if Tears of the Kingdom was a year away from coming out, I would have bought Breath of the Wild. I still would have bought it,
Okay.
but in a classic scene is RPG, but more dungeon crawler. I think he's referring to Zelda. I'm sure they'll do that with Star Fox. No,
You're sure to do what with Star Fox?
I get. I don't know, like add voice acting. I'm assuming.
Well,
Right.
I think Nintendo should just live with all of their games. Like they again, they have the money. They just need to stop being cheap. They need to stop being lazy. Like they keep cutting corners all the time.
I'll tell you this.
Cut
I
that out.
like to me like even though I don't play Star Fox, it would be nice if they made Star a new Star Fox game, but make it not more cinematic. Make it more cinematic. Yeah, the character.
More cinematic like that game that Randy likes? What's that jet game called?
Oh, Ace Combat. No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Not,
About to say,
no,
I'm like,
no.
please don't let it. Please, no.
I'm talking more like I mean more like a triple A, more like a triple A game. A
It is a
traditional,
triple A.
you know,
It is a triple A.
no, not really, not in the sense that Uncharted and the other games are.
Why? Because it doesn't have as good, better graphics. That's why.
Yeah, but you don't think that a Star Fox game with full voice acting, right? With you know, with set pieces like epic set pieces and stuff like that. I think it could work, and it'll set it apart from the Mario's and the Zeldas.
Perhaps, especially since it's mainly. Well, I do hope they have land, missions too. If they do make a Star Fox game, I don't want to be in the air every single time.
Yeah.
So, but I do see your point. I do think that could um enhance the game overall. I do agree with that.
All right. So Nolan said that Sega doesn't only have Sonic, that Shenmue, Total War, Yakuza, Monkey Ball, Manager Game, Demon Slayer, Aliens, Endless, 2 Points, Persona. Plenty of RPGs have been great.
Yeah, but out of all those games that you have mentioned, Nolan, which one is the most relevant out of all those games? It's Sonic. And frankly, for me, when it comes to Sony and Nintendo, their franchises has been more relevant than any single one of those franchises you just named for Sega. And and it's a shame that Sega hasn't been really utilizing their franchises, in my opinion. Like when the last time we had a Shenmue game?
Oh, we had one a couple years ago, but the problem is that Shenmue 3 looked like it was like it looked like
Uh,
it was supposed to be on the Dreamcast.
yeah, I'm not gonna count that.
No, I mean it's a new game, but it's like and I
I'm not
understand
counting
that
that.
I understand that Suzuki, I think that's his name. I think that's his last name. I know he wanted to keep it the art style the same, but bro, you gotta update that shit, bro. Like seriously. He
So
needed to, yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
There
No,
you go. Yeah.
it looked like a Dreamcast game.
Yeah.
You gotta update that, bro. Like seriously.
Did you play it? Have you played it?
No, I don't play Shenmue.
No. Okay. Okay. No problem.
All
And
right, so Jay,
and all the other games that he mentioned, do you care about any of those?
well, the one game that he didn't mention was Virtua Fighter.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I know you care about Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, it's of all these, it's the only one that I care about. But Persona is a big deal. But I didn't know Sega. I didn't know Sega only. I thought it was a collaborative thing between Sega and Atlas. But I think Sega owns Atlas. But yeah, Nolan, if you can, clarify clarify that for me, let me know.
Yeah. That would be awesome. Yeah, just clarify us about that. I don't feel like going to Google. I don't feel like going to Google right now. So
All right, so Jay said that platformers have some platformers have good stories. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
yeah, they do. I agree.
Jay said that yeah, Minish Cap is great. Malta said that the GBA is my favorite handheld. All right, so we're right on point there. I've never
It's
and he
good.
also said he never played the Minish Cap. Yeah, if you can if you can go ahead and play. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Minish Cap is really good. It's definitely good.
Um, Joe, are you talking about my sister breaking your GBA? I don't remember you having a Game Boy Advance.
Wait a minute, she broke yours too? No way, no way. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I missed that story.
No, I don't remember. I apologize. Yeah, I don't remember. Um, let me see. Bad kids. Yeah, all toddlers. The all toddlers are bad. They're lovely. They're awesome people, but they cause issues, bro.
Yeah, they cost extra money.
All right, so oh, glad I'm not the only one that likes cutscenes. Yeah, like to me, this whole thing with Nintendo gamers and even Xbox gamers and the funny thing is that there's cutscenes in fucking Halo and they don't complain. There's cutscenes in Gears of War and they don't complain. There's cutscenes in Forza, at least Forza Horizon, and they don't complain. But they only complain when it's PlayStation games. All right, so Ruben said it will be nice if I could hear the inflection of do a barrel roll.
Hmm.
Yeah, so, all right, so critical
I'm a
drops is here. What's going on, bro?
What's up, critical drop? He said Persona as well. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Persona is a RPG game and a fighting game, right?
They do have a fighting game based on the RPG.
Yeah.
I had the game too.
You have it?
Yeah, I had it. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can download it again.
How was it when you played it? Like, did you enjoy the game?
It was good. It was good. It's like it pretty much is similar to the anime fighters that James and Soul plays.
Hmm.
So yeah, I liked it.
Okay, and Sega, so Sega makes that game.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. So then then correction, because I thought that Sonic was really pretty much the only game that Sega has been focusing on. But okay, so you say that Persona and all the other games. Shenmue, I still don't count that game since the game did not look good. But yeah, whatever.
What Shimu?
Yeah,
No, like to me, I like to me it's like the third game. Like, bro, you could have done so. He could have done so much with that game. Could have easily revitalized the franchise if he wanted to.
yeah.
But he went with the way that he did. And the Dreamcast was beautiful. Absolutely.
And, and like I said, the Dreamcast. I'm glad you mentioned the Dreamcast because once again, that was the most the biggest regret I ever had was not owning a Dreamcast.
Yeah,
My
me too.
gosh, man.
But Malta says Shinmu is overrated, boring ass game.
Wow. I still want to give the game like a truly I truly want to give the game like a try. I'm probably gonna buy it. Like I'm probably gonna buy it, just to see how it was like because ever since the Dreamcast was out, I always wanted to get my hands on Shinmu because I never ever played the franchise at all. Like I never played it, not for a second. So I do want to give the game a shot.
Okay. All right. So let's all right. So now let's
You got
go
you got
to
one you got one more.
no. He's responding to Ruben. So
Oh, okay.
all right. So let's do the NBA playoffs first, right?
Man, don't we have so much to cover
Yeah,
regarding that?
we do have a lot to cover because
Go ahead. Um,
the
can
conference
you guys?
finals are set.
Oh, okay. I heard you. I thought I lost you.
No. Okay. All right. So yeah. So right now we have a pretty much a rematch, two rematches. We have one actual rematch from last year, Miami and Boston, right?
Yep.
And we have a bubble rematch from both teams, but between Denver and the Lakers. Now, going backwards, let's go backwards a little bit. Let's start in the Western Conference. So Denver beats Phoenix, right? Now, okay. So Denver wins because
Yeah.
they were
You were chuckling. Why is that?
well, one at the end of the day, Denver was the better team. Like when you don't have Chris Paul, and then Game 6 you don't have DeAndre Ayton, which we'll get to him in a second. They were going to lose. They were going to lose. They put up a good fight, but they were going to lose, right? And Because of that, Monty Williams gets fired. Now, two coaches got fired this week.
That
Only
was
one of
more than that. No, there
no,
was
I
like
thought this
three.
week.
Like what happened?
No, well, actually, technically, did Budenholzer get fired that same
Yeah.
week? Okay, so but
Oh.
we already talked about Budenholzer.
Mm-hmm.
We since the last podcast, two more coaches got fired.
Yes.
One deserved it, the other one didn't. The one who didn't was Monty Williams. And
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with
now
this.
I know why he got fired because the new owner, Matt Ishbia, aka the flop owner, the owner of the flop, I guarantee you what he wanted to do because he obviously was the one that wanted Kevin Durant there, right? He's the one that pushed for the trade. He wants to put a stamp. I gotta get some water, but I'll get it in a second. He
Mm-hmm.
wanted to put his stamp on the team. He's doing a lot of the same things that your manager is doing, that your former manager at your second job is doing.
I was actually going to say something similar to that, but yeah, you beat me to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what he's doing, and obviously he wants his own coach to be there. And it's unfortunate because that Monty Williams did not deserve to get fired. He didn't
Hmm.
because you lose two of your top four players, regardless of how I feel about DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. At the end of the day, they were two important parts of your team,
Yes.
and you didn't have them against a team that is clearly they were clearly better than you to begin with, and he gets fired unceremoniously. It sucks, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. What's your thoughts about what are your thoughts about the series?
Yeah. So overall,
Excuse me.
after I think was like after the first game,
Mm-hmm.
it really did seem like the Nuggets were far, far, far the better team than the Suns, despite the fact that they had Kevin Durant. Now, here's the thing for me. I honestly believe that even if Chris Paul and Aiden was healthy, they would lose the series anyway.
I agree with that.
I think they would have. I think they still would have lost the series. Now, it probably would have gone to a game seven, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but I think um, Joker is just too dominant.
Oh,
Like I said,
let me also say this real quick. I was gonna wait until we got to Philadelphia, but is it clear that Joker is better than Embiid?
um,
'Cause I'm
the,
sorry, he's better than Embiid. He is.
the thing is, people didn't they say that Joel Embiid was constantly dealing with knee issues and that he had to have like braces on his knees.
If he didn't fall down every 2 seconds he was on the court, then maybe he wouldn't have those knee issues.
You really think that him flopping is why he had those injuries with the knees? Come on, man.
I mean, do Joker have problem with his knees?
No.
All right, he does everything that Embiid does, but better. No, I'm sorry, he's a better. He should have been MVP this year. Him or Giannis, it should not have been Embiid.
But you said we both agreed last week that regardless of who they picked, we would have been fine with it.
Yeah, that's fine. But to me, you perform like garbage in the playoffs. To me, that says something to me. And he's the only MVP in the history of the sport to not have gone past the second round.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I did hear about that.
And he played like dog shit in that series anyway. He did.
Hmm.
Right? Like look, I'm sorry, man, but I'm not a fan of Joel Embiid. I'm over his shit. I'm over his shtick. I'm over his shit. I'm over
Wow.
it.
Okay. Now, now let me finish what I was going to say. That I do believe that even with Chris Paul and with Aiton, being on there, I think they would have lost anyway. Joker was just too dominant. That dude could pretty much do anything. And like I said before, he's somewhat unorthodox. I think I said it right. And he really do remind me of Tim Duncan a lot. He truly does. he could pass, he could rebound very well. He does a very good job, with his footwork and able to take the ball to the basket. Has a decent jump shot. He could pretty much do everything that Tim Duncan does. That's why I had always appreciated Tim Duncan's greatness, despite the fact that he may not have been box office like a Kobe Bryant, or a Allen Iverson, and a Kevin Garnett, and so on and so on. He may not have been box office, like LeBron, but at the very least, he was still able to dominate the league with the way he plays. And Joker is pretty much emulating that as as we speak. And let me also say this as well. Like, can every, like, all this stuff about Kevin Durant? Oh, he's the best player. He's the best player. He's the best player. Clearly, and I told you this last year, or when this happened last year. This is what I told you, and I'm going to tell you again. Kevin Durant may be good. Yes, he's a like what 6'11", 7-footer, whatnot. But all you have to do is just get physical with the guy. You get physical, and he won't be able to do anything. He barely did anything in Game 7. I think he only had like 20 points, 20 or 23 points, so somewhere around there. And I also told you, and you didn't want to listen to me, but maybe you listen to me now. I told you that he needed to go to the weight room, similar to what Steph Curry did. He went to the weight room. Similar to what Giannis did. He went to the weight room. Similar to what Kobe Bryant did. He went to the weight room. Dirk Nowitzki went to the weight room. People got stronger because they were going to use the fact that he was flimsy and too skinny. They were going to use that and expose you in the playoffs. That happened not once, not twice, but 3 times in a row with Kevin Durant when it comes to the playoffs. It happened to Kevin Durant. How much more proof do you actually need? He needs to go to the weight room. He needs to gain some muscle because he obviously cannot handle the physicality. I
I
also believe that was part of the reason why they were not going to win that series.
um okay. Here's the thing.
Are
You're
you
talking.
gonna, are you going to say I'm right now?
No, you're not right. You're actually dead wrong. And let me explain why. Did he ever? You do realize that he and Devin Booker helped him win 2 games in this series. You know that, right?
Okay, they didn't win the series though.
Last year, they didn't win. They didn't win a single game. Brooklyn didn't win a single game. And Kevin Durant, all 4 games struggled. All 4 games, he struggled. Right, even though all 4 games were close, all 4 games he struggled. That wasn't the case here. The only game that he really struggled, to my knowledge, was Game 6. I don't remember Game 1 and 2.
And 7.
They didn't have a Game 7.
I mean, yeah, my bad. Game 6, and that then he struggled game. Then he struggled the first 2 games.
I don't remember. But the reason why they won Game 3 and 4 is because of him and Booker. And you cannot say that them not having 2 of their top 4 players didn't affect them. They didn't have Paul.
Hoovy.
And they didn't have Aiden for game 5. Look, that
Did
team.
you forget?
That team is completely worth of any type of depth.
Hoovy,
Yeah, go ahead.
did you forget that this is the exact same team that was having a hard time beating the Clippers, despite the fact that Kawhi wasn't playing anymore, and they didn't have a Paul George, but yet the Clippers were still able to compete against them. They with all the defense that Westbrook was actually playing.
Bro, they won 5 games.
Did you forget that? Did you
They
forget
won
that?
5 games.
Huh?
They won in 5.
Okay, but you cannot sit here and tell me that it wasn't competitive.
They won in 5 games. What are you
They
talking
weren't.
about?
They weren't. Was the Clippers healthy?
No.
No, exactly,
But here's the thing.
exactly.
But what you're doing is akin to, let's say if I said, "Oh, I blame Russell Westbrook for the loss, for them losing the series." Why would I do that? Like we all know they were undermanned. Especially after Kawhi got hurt. They were undermanned. And in this series against Denver, they were undermanned. They were.
They were going to lose regardless.
That's,
you can't say the same thing with the Clippers. The Clippers
that's
would have won
fine,
that
but
series
when you lose,
if Kawhi and Paul George were healthy. They would have beaten the Suns.
maybe, but that didn't happen. And in this case right here, if they had if they have Chris Paul healthy, they have a better shot at beating Denver. They may not beat them, but at least they have a better shot. But the reason why they won 2 games because of him and Booker. Now, if you're the Suns, what you need to do now is just get guys around. Well, first of all, you have to figure out what you're going to do with Chris Paul because I'm hearing that they may trade him, and then DeAndre Ayton. Me personally, I would get rid of him. It was a mistake to bring him back when they did.
Well, his performance only got compromised once Kevin Durant came into the team.
No, dude, his performance was compromised from last year. Remember, he's the same guy who got benched game 7 last year.
Oh yeah, you know what? I honestly I cannot even remember that. I can't remember him getting benched. Well, all right, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Sure.
he got benched last year, and then after he was a restricted free agent. Indiana was going to sign him, and Phoenix decided, you know what, we'll re-sign him, and he did not look excited to be there. He didn't look excited to be there, and to me, honestly, like he's a good center, but he's not. But like, truth be told, if he don't want to be there, then get rid of him. He clearly didn't want to be there.
Well,
He
I mean,
got completely passed by Joker. And if you don't want to be there, man, get rid of him. Go ahead.
I Joker was going to dominate no matter what, regardless of who was going to guard him. He was going to dominate no matter what.
But
Like
you gotta
that
make him
guy
work.
proved that he's the best center.
You gotta make him work. You gotta make him work. Like the Lakers did that yesterday. Like after Joker went off in the first half, they made him work in the second half. They slowed him down, and they almost won game 1.
No, come on. Like we all knew that Denver was going to win that game. Like there was no doubt in my mind that they were going to lose. That they were going to win. There was no doubt.
Right.
Yes, they cut it to like 5
Yeah.
points, but I knew Denver was going to win that game.
Right. Wait. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts? Okay? So you're done trashing Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Look. I think he needs to go to the weight room. He needs to focus on getting as much muscle as possible, because I'm telling you right now. You could disagree with me all you want to, but I'm telling you right now, the same thing is going to happen again the next postseason. He's going to go to the playoffs, and he won't be able to handle the physicality. He won't be able to. The guy's just too skinny, and you know that he's too skinny, and he's not doing anything about that. How is it that everybody else is able to gain muscle, but he's not? Want to know why? Because he doesn't want to. That's why. Now we can move on.
All right. The dude's he's won 2 titles, and he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. Like, I don't understand why you think that now he needs to put on muscle.
I've been saying that for years. Matt, in fact, Kendrick Perkins has said that back when he was in OKC. He had this was been told to Kevin Durant.
All right,
years.
Right, but he don't want
to.
to.
And please stop. Don't give me that garbage of those 2 championships. You only won there because he went to Golden State. That was already dominating the league anyway. Don't give me that garbage. We already talked about that.
2 is 2. Right, 2 is 2. So
we already talked about
you're gonna have to get over that.
We already talked about that. That's number one. And you just said it. And you just said that he doesn't want to. That's my point. He doesn't want to.
Can I read the? Can I read?
He doesn't want to.
Can I read?
You said.
Consumers.
You
said.
No, because I caught you. You said.
I don't care what Kendrick have to say about anything.
You said that he does not want to.
I don't care what Kendrick Perkins had to say about anything.
He played for that team. He played with him.
I don't give a shit. I don't care.
Clearly, he would have the knowledge of what's going on within the courtroom, right? Clearly, he could see firsthand of what's going on, of what Kevin Durant's weaknesses are. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
What is Kevin Durant's weakness?
That he's too skinny.
And you think that's the reason why they lost the Denver?
I think that's the
You
reason why there was no way that they could compete.
you just admitted that Denver were gonna win no matter what.
Yeah, they was going to win no matter what, but that still doesn't mean that Kevin Durant shouldn't go to the weight room. But you just say he doesn't want to. So I mean, like it just proved my point. He doesn't want to.
You probably don't want to.
He doesn't want to.
And
But
okay, and who cares?
okay, the people who decided to go to the weight room, did it benefit them or not? It did, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it
So
did.
so you mean to tell me it wouldn't benefit Kevin Durant?
I
Of
mean,
course it would.
is
Of
he the
course
same?
it would.
Is he the same size he was when he came into the league?
The guy's drop dead skinny, man. The guy's skinny.
Yeah, of course he's skinny, but is he more built now than he was when he got into the league?
Now maybe a little bit.
All right, some guys just don't put on frame different. Some guys just put on frame differently.
No, some guys just don't want to lift weights, which is fine. Which is fine. Like if
I
you
see,
if you if
I've seen Durant lift weights. I've
you
seen Durant.
understand what I'm saying. If he
No,
doesn't,
you
if he does,
you want him to be built like Giannis, and he's not Giannis.
no, he doesn't have to be built like Giannis. Like I said before,
And
Steph Curry gained muscle.
even
Steph
even
Curry gained muscle.
even if he had even if he had like 10, 15 pounds on him, it's not gonna help them beat Denver.
You don't know that. You don't know that, and you don't know what would have happened when he faced Boston. He couldn't handle the having a. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I'm confused by. You saw that how he couldn't handle the physicality against Boston. Obviously, that should have told you that you know what, this dude probably needs to go to the weight room because they're obviously exploiting his weaknesses in the playoffs because he couldn't handle the physicality. He couldn't.
Yeah,
So if
Boston was had a great defensive team. A great defensive team. So they body him up and he struggled.
so how is it? So how is it that they tried to do the exact same thing to Steph Curry, but it didn't work?
I mean, Golden State's a better team. A better team.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you think that the extra weight that Curry
Yes.
helped him
Yes.
with?
Yes. I guarantee that was. I guarantee that was a huge. I guarantee that was a huge contributor. What happened? Oh, we'll get what happened. What happened this year? We'll talk about what happened this year.
What happened this year?
What happened this year is that nobody else showed up.
I agree.
Okay, that's why.
But one, like you said, one person can't do it all, and two, you're blaming him for a team that you already said without Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton was not going to win anyway.
Okay,
and you even said that they weren't going to win even if they had those guys. Now you're saying if he put a little bit of weight on, maybe he would have beat Denver. How the fuck did it just make any sense?
You know exactly what I'm saying. You're just playing dumb.
No,
you know exactly.
You're not making sense. You're not making sense.
What you're trying to do, you're just trying to give more excuses for Kevin Durant and why he shouldn't go to the weight room. That's why. That's what you're trying to do.
He
needs to gain some weight so that people don't exploit and expose his weaknesses in the playoffs. That's why.
Steve, I don't care if he gains weight or not. I don't care. It don't matter to me. The reason why they lost is because one, their team, they have no depth, and Denver's better than them. That's it.
Okay, so there's no room for improvements. So a guy, just because the guy would have lost, that doesn't mean he should improve his free throw shooting or his 3-point shooting or maybe his dribble handling or his footwork. Forget it.
You're talking about weight.
Just forget it.
You're talking about weight.
Yes, which is a huge contributor into being better in the NBA game. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, again.
Am I right or wrong? Wait. So weight doesn't matter. Weight absolutely is irrelevant. Is that what you're saying?
When it comes to certain players, it could be. It could be.
It could be now. Oh, it could be.
But
So it's
again,
relevant.
but
So
do
it's
you think,
relevant.
but you honestly believe that that 20 pounds is going to help him beat Denver? That's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is he needs to gain muscle so that way it no longer exposes him his weaknesses in the playoffs. That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying that him in gaining 20 pounds is going to help him beat Denver.
It's going to improve his chances of winning. Yes.
Help them beat Denver.
Improve chances of winning. You heard what I said.
No.
You heard what I said.
No. You know what I'm saying is right. You're just being glib about it. I told you, would it help them beat Denver? And the answer is no. I'm gonna answer for you. The answer is no. He could gain 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds. They're not beating Denver without Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. They're not.
So just dismiss it. So neglect gaining muscle,
So
which
which
helped everybody else. But it certainly will not help Kevin Durant. It helped everybody else. It helped Steph Curry. It helped Giannis. But for some reason, it solely will not help Kevin Durant. That's what you're trying to say.
All right, how much did that weight help Giannis in the first round?
That's what you're trying to say.
How much did it help
Giannis
in the first round?
That's what you're trying to say?
How much did it help Giannis in the first round?
Is that what you're trying to say?
How much did it help Giannis in the first round?
Giannis was hurt. He missed 3 games.
No,
thank you. Yeah, he missed 3 games. Yes, he did. He missed 3 games. He missed 3. Technically, it was 3.
He missed 2 games.
3.
And he was there for the last 2.
He missed 3 games.
He was there for the last 2.
He still missed 3, yes or no?
He was there for the last 2.
Did he miss games?
He was there for the last 2. And let me also ask you this question: all that weight helping with his free throw shooting? Okay. Moving on.
So if that's not moving on. Why is free throw 3 exclusive? What does gaining weight have anything to do? Gaining the weight helps with physicality. I never mentioned anything about free throws. I mentioned physicality. That's what I mentioned.
You're the one that keeps saying, "Oh, weight help him. You mentioned that, and I asked you how much did that weight help him in the free throw line? Ain't helping. Helping with it.
Nobody said anything. You're playing games. You're playing games. You are playing games. Because you would be an idiot if somebody would to say, "Oh, gaining weight would help him with the free throws." Gaining weight, gaining the muscle would help with the physicality. Gaining weight would actually help you more in the post game. That's what gaining weight does. Nobody said anything about that. It's helping you with your shot. Nobody said that.
You just said that the weight gain helped all these players, and yet all these guys have lost. Like you mentioned fucking it helped Giannis. Kevin Durant has more championship than Giannis. Regardless of how
You don't want to go back to that. You don't want to go back to that. Nobody count those freaking rings. You're wrong because nobody counts those stupid rings.
No.
Nobody count those stupid rings.
Factual that Kevin Durant has more rings than Giannis.
I told you those are flawed. Those are flawed.
I don't care. I don't. You can justify it all you want. You can lie to yourself, and you can lie to the people. You can lie to yourself, and you can lie to them. But the facts are he has more rings than Giannis. That's a fact. My overall point is that you bringing up his weight means nothing at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, they lost 2 of their top 4 players, and they have a team that has no depth. So the most important thing for them to do this year is to get guys who can play around those guys. Figure out what you're going to do with Chris Paul. Get rid of DeAndre Ayton. Get rid of him, and then build a team around your 2 best players, which is Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. That's the most important thing that they should do. If he wants to sit there and want to gain 5-10 pounds, he wants to eat a Twinkie, be my guest. But the guy's 35 years old, right? So injuries are going to pile up on this guy. So if you're Phoenix, you need to find a way to get better around them. So you mortgage the future for him, and they mortgage the future knowing who he is. They know who he is. So what you do, you just build around that, and then hopefully you can win a championship. So before we get to the next year, let me read some comments because there's a shit ton of comments here. All right, back to our previous conversation. No one said Atlas is a Sega subsidiary. Okay, so I figured that much. F is in the chat. What are you doing? How you doing,
What's
bro?
going on, F? Give you a big shout out, bro.
All right, Multa said that I was dead wrong with my prediction of the 76ers making the finals. I was wrong about them making. I was wrong about them making beating Boston.
Yeah, I know. I chose Boston.
All right, give me 1 second. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. I chose. I knew Boston was going to win because I didn't trust James Harden to take them to the promised land. I didn't trust James Harden, and I think that, and I think that James Harden, um, his resume and his past pretty much speak for themselves. You know what I mean? And while Hubi's gone, even though we haven't went up to the Sixers yet, this is what I want to say about James Harden. That game 7, he pulled the Kobe Bryant. That's what he did. He pulled the Kobe Bryant. Just so you all, just to give you a quick history, on game 7, it was Phoenix. This is when they had Steve Nash. I think they had Sean Maryland, and they had st- um, um, st- what's his name Stoudemire, and etc. Right, and Kobe Bryant decided not to shoot the ball on a game 7. He was trying to prove a point that without him, they can't pretty much go anywhere. I think James Harden was doing the exact same thing. James Harden was trying to prove that this team cannot go anywhere or do anything without me. He was constantly throwing the ball to Joel Embiid and just stayed out in the perimeter, not doing anything, not trying to create space. He wasn't doing any type of cutting. The guy just stood there like a statue. He was trying to prove a point. That's what I think what James Harden did.
No. He did. He just sucks. Kevin Durant, Kevin Durant can't win without Curry.
Exactly. Thank you. Kevin Durant cannot do anything without Steph Curry, and it's proven time and time again every year.
Joker is the real MVP. This
I
was
agree.
so disappointing. MB averaged 9 points less in the playoffs than regular season.
Oh wow, I didn't know it was that much. That's crazy.
I
9
really,
points?
I really thought it would be Nuggets versus 76ers. Yeah, Kobe's more exciting. Duncan is boring. He can't jump, but he was the best. He was the better player. Duncan is one of the best ever.
Yeah, Duncan. I'm glad you said that, Malta, because Duncan is. I think Duncan is top 5. I think Duncan is top 5, of all time. Now, Joker probably may be able to, to catch up to him depending on how many rings he wins. But yeah, Duncan is absolutely, up there. Yeah, he may not have been box office like a Kobe, Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, and things like that. But that dude knew how to dominate. So I appreciate his game. So shout out to Tim Duncan.
All right, so Embiid, critical drop said Embiid and James Softon choked out. If I did top 5 choke players, both on the list.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was funny. Embiid and James Soft. but see, the thing is critical drop. Like I said, I mean, Hubi disagrees with me, obviously, but I think he was just trying to prove a point in game 7. In game 7, he didn't want to do anything. He just gave the ball and he did absolutely nothing on game 7. Purposely though.
I don't agree with that. He just sucks. 9 points in the game 7. That's the hard and special. Yeah, we're gonna sit there and pretend that he hasn't had garbage. Playoff series in the past. Like what he is. He's not a playoff performer. That's just what it is. At least he had a pair of 40-point games. That's true. Kevin Durant hates food.
Man, these jokes are great. Exactly. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh, I want to read this one.
go
So
ahead.
Hubi knows he's wrong. He's cursing out.
I didn't curse you out at all.
You started yelling. I think you were cursing a little bit.
No,
But
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
but
This is what happens, Malta. This is what happens. This is what I go through all the time.
Mhm.
When I'm right and he's wrong,
No,
he reverts to cursing.
the problem
Yes.
is the problem is that you are wrong. You're not making sense.
No,
You're,
see
you're
now I'm not making sense.
no, you're not. No, because your hatred for Kevin Durant is clouding your judgment.
Oh yeah, see, so I'm hating everybody, right? You say I hate Kevin Durant. You
Mm-hmm.
say I hate LeBron James. You
Oh, wait,
you, you, you say you say you say you say I hate.
I'm
You,
glad you mentioned. I'm glad you mentioned LeBron James, right? Because I was rewatching one of our podcasts regarding him breaking the scoring record. And what did you say about the scoring record?
I can't remember.
No one was going to care unless he started winning,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Which is actually which is dumb. Which is what I said back then. And it's even more dumb now, knowing that now that they are now in the Western Conference Finals. What you said was dumb then, and it's dumb, and it was dumb. It was dumb then. It's dumb now.
It's funny you say that it was dumb then
Yeah,
when that team was like what in 11 or 12 seed at the time.
13.
Oh, that was so even worse. So they were the 13th seed
But now,
at the time,
but now,
and and and
now because they're in the Western Conference Finals, now people are going to retroactively care about the record.
no, because especially Laker fans, they were complaining that they felt that he cared more about that than more about actually winning games.
Dude.
And then my point was proven right
No,
when he decided to sit out in the fourth quarter.
no, no, no. It wasn't proven. It wasn't proven right at all.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I just forgot about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you remember that? Oh,
Yeah, I remember
I passed the record. I passed the record, so you guys could take over now.
Mhm.
I'm going to sit right here, receiving all the cheers and all the commotion, all the good stuff. You
Mhm.
guys go ahead and take over. I'm going to sit down.
Where,
I'm
where,
I'm
where,
I'm, I'm going to sit while the
where,
rest of you guys play because I beat the record.
where,
so, 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 so the game so the game didn't matter. So that's
where,
exactly what happened, right, Hoovy? That
where,
did
where,
that
where,
happen?
where
Did
are
he
they
decide?
now? Where are
Did
they now?
he did he
Where are they now?
decide to
Where are
sit
they now?
when
Where are
he
they now?
passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's
Where
record? Yes or no?
are they? Where are they now?
Answer the question.
No, I'm not answering. I'm not answering that stupid
No, no,
question.
no, 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 no.
Where are they now?
Answer the question because you know I'm right and you're wrong.
No,
Let's
no,
go.
because
Let's go. Let's go.
your overall point was that they just Anthony Davis. All he cares about winning. Where are they? Where are they at now? Where are they at now?
Okay, was it?
No, 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 no,
He
no.
said
Where
that
are they
he
now?
said that in
Where
the
are
press conference. He
where
said
are
that
they
in the
at
press
now?
conference. He
Where
was up.
are they at now?
I'm answering your question. He
No, no,
was
no, no,
upset.
no, 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 no,
He
no, no,
was
no,
upset.
no, no, no. I
Every time when I'm right, you want
no,
to
no, no,
interrupt
no, no,
me.
no, no,
You
no,
want
no,
to
no, no,
interrupt
no,
me.
no.
Go ahead.
Your overall point was that they that everyone should care about some random stupid fucking game against OKC, right? Where are they at now? They're in the Western Conference Finals now. So your overall point was wrong. Because at the end of the day, that game, the only thing that people cared about was him breaking the record.
Not
That's all
Anthony,
they cared about.
not Anthony Davis. He was upset and he was pouting over it. Remember? Did you
Yeah,
forget?
because
Did you forget that?
no, I didn't forget that because
Oh yeah.
he
Okay.
no, you know
Why? Why? Why?
why?
Why?
He was garbage
Why?
in that game because he played poorly in that game.
No, it
He played
was
poorly in
because
that
they were losing. That's why.
game. Okay.
Okay.
And he played poorly in that game. But my overall point is that you put so much emphasis on one stupid fucking point that you forgot that hey, you know what? It's a career accomplishment. It's not about some random fucking game against OKC.
Are
It's
you
a
gonna say,
career,
are you
it's
are
a
you are you
career accomplishment.
are you gonna say that you didn't curse?
And that loss ultimately didn't matter because look at where they're at right now.
Are you gonna say that you didn't use profanity?
I could curse. I curse. Where are they at right now? So
They're
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, they're in the Western Conference Finals.
So do that loss matter now?
It doesn't
No,
dismiss the point. It doesn't dismiss the point.
no. Your point was wrong. Your point was wrong.
Oh, you just said they were in the 13th seed.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, so what?
It
So
worked.
what's going on here? Like
No,
like
no.
you just
The point is that you put so much emphasis on one point that ultimately did not matter. You sit there going crazy over one stupid fucking game against a team, an irrelevant team like OKC.
no, it
Literally didn't
wasn't
matter.
it wasn't about that one particular game.
Yeah,
It was the current of where they were as far as seeding.
okay, but look where they're at right now.
Western Conference Finals.
Exactly. So the game ultimately didn't matter. What mattered that day was the record. Was the record. So and you let your hatred for some of these players cloud your judgment.
Look do you know how many players that you hate? Like, come on, stop it.
All right, like name them.
You hate James Harden.
Okay. Why do I hate James Harden?
You just hate him because you just do.
No, there's a reason why I don't like James Harden.
Okay, well, what's the reason? Tell me.
I don't like the way he played basketball. I've been said that. I don't like the way he played basketball. Name others.
Westbrook.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of.
All right, yeah, you hate Westbrook too.
Yeah, no, I don't hate Westbrook, but I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't like his attitude. I'm not a fan.
Oh, you don't like his attitude. You don't
I
like his
don't.
aggressiveness. You don't like
No,
his.
not the aggressiveness. Not the aggressiveness. I'm talking about the attitude. I'm talking about the poutiness. That's what I'm talking about. Name others. Name one more.
You hated Paul Pierce.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck Ball Pierce. Fuck him.
Okay. so,
Yeah.
what are you talking about? You trying to make it seem like, oh, you don't hate nobody? Of
Of
course you
course I
hate
do. Of
players.
course I do. But my opinion about them are not like my overall thoughts about them are not manipulated to where I'm going to sit there and blame them for everything. Like I'm not going to blame Paul Pierce for losing a finals. Like I'm not going to like the reason why I blame James Harden because the performances show that he was garbage in those games. The performance show that. And I didn't blame Westbrook for losing to the Phoenix. I don't let the hatred of the guys that I don't like cloud my judgment. I don't. Now you do. Like you may not you may act like you don't, but you absolutely do.
No.
Because for you to talk about weight when they didn't have their two top players against a team that they're likely we're going to lose to anyway, this makes no sense to me.
Did you think if they had their players, would they have won or lost?
I think they would have lost. I think they would have lost because I think Denver ultimately is a better team. I think they're a better team.
Would Kevin Durant gaining muscle help, or would it be a curse from him going forward if he had gained weight?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know because but,
Oh,
but
wait,
you,
hold on, wait, no,
you
you
talk about
interrupt me, you interrupt me so many times. It's my, no, you
go
interrupt me so many times. It's my turn to interrupt.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to ask you it. I'm going to ask you the question in this form.
Go ahead.
Do you mean are you here sitting here with a straight face telling me that getting stronger is not a benefit for a basketball player? Is that what you're saying? Let me ask you it in that way. Let me help you. Is gaining more muscle, is getting stronger. Let's say stronger than your opponents. That doesn't benefit Kevin Durant or anybody else who decides to get stronger? Yes
It
or no?
could. It could.
No. Yes or no? Yes or
It
no?
could. Because I don't know how he looks with more muscle. I don't know.
You see the nonsense that I'm talking about here?
No,
Now it could.
it
It
could.
could. No, no. The answer. I'll answer the question for you. Yes,
Okay.
getting stronger than your opponent will
Okay.
absolutely help you. Yes.
All right. So clearly it helps Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he gained
Clearly,
muscle too. He
clearly,
gained muscle too. Absolutely.
clearly it helps. Clearly it helps Zion Williamson.
Now he just gained fat. I
Well,
didn't say fat. I said muscle. Muscle.
but my point,
Don't play dumb.
is,
Don't play
no,
dumb.
my point is,
Muscle.
just because
Muscle.
my point is, like, Anthony Davis is a physical specimen, but he constantly gets hurt. Right? Like guys can gain muscle all they want. If they get hurt, they get hurt. And a guy Kevin Durant's age, even if he gains muscle, he could still get hurt. He could still be successful. Um, he has a higher chance. He can still get hurt because mainly he's older. He's older.
Yeah, but that's that could happen to anybody regardless with muscle or not.
All right, but that's why I'm not using muscle as a reason why they lost.
No, but you're talking about getting hurt though.
Okay, but he could get hurt. He's older and he has miles on him.
Okay, that's fine, but that could happen to anybody though. Like getting injured or getting hurt, that could pretty much happen to anybody. All the look how many times LeBron James been getting hurt. Look what happened to Kawhi Leonard. I forgot somebody was saying, I forgot who the person was. The guy was saying that dude was so strong, like he was able to, I
Yeah,
think, like run up the stairs like with 70 pound dumbbells on each side. The dude is strong.
yeah, he is. But yeah, he constantly gets hurt.
Yeah, he constantly gets hurt.
So you
The
say,
same the same thing happened with Dwayne Wade.
yeah, and he's strong. So to sit there and be like, oh, he needs to gain muscle, like it may help him on the court, but what if it doesn't help him on the court?
No, I don't I
What
don't
if
I don't.
what if he constantly gets hurt because of it?
But you don't know that.
Okay, I may not know that, but you don't know if him gaining muscle is going to benefit him either.
It would benefit. It would absolutely benefit.
Right?
Being stronger than your opponent, or at the very least able to handle the physicality, is a huge benefit for any player.
But does it help? Do you think that Kawhi Leonard's muscles help him?
No. But what would, if he didn't have any muscle, the same thing would have happened to him regardless.
Maybe, maybe not. Because if you carry more weight, it's more stress on the joints.
Yeah, that's true.
In the game like the NBA, where every is a lot more fast paced than it used to be. Yeah, that stuff can hurt you.
Yeah, but fat is bigger than muscle though.
All right, all right. We'll just have to agree to disagree. All right. So so the Lakers beat the Warriors. I know you were going on and on about this, bro. Like I know you were going on and on about this.
How so? How so?
You were trading everybody under the sun.
Wait, what?
You were trading everybody.
How'd you figure?
No, I was watching you. I saw your tweet. You traded Poole. You were saying that you said that Clay don't deserve the money or something like that. You were going off on them. So
I was pissed off.
Yeah, what's going on?
I was pissed off. Like even in the video. Let me see if I still have the video.
All right. So while you look, let me read some more comments.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Malta said that I don't know who's gonna win between Celtics, and he already made my prediction at the beginning of the playoffs, and I was wrong. Nolan said that Harden seemed disconnected. He always seemed disconnected in the playoffs. Like he always seemed that way. All right, so Malta said in the last 4 minutes of Game 6, Embiid didn't take a single shot. Hopefully next year he won't be content with a regular season MVP and no rings. Yeah, and that's one reason why I'm down on Embiid. Like he made all the big fuss about winning an MVP award, and let's be frank here. Let's be real here. The reason why he won that award is because of Kendrick Perkins. That's why he won.
What?
Yeah, that's absolutely why he won. Because Kendrick Perkins made that stupid thing about Joker and all the other stuff, brought race into it, and I guarantee that changed a lot of people's minds. I guarantee you it did. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. Right now, Joker is a lot better than Embiid. A lot better.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, you can give him the MVP all you want. Joker's the better player. So, yeah, fuck that guy. What's going on? What's going on, Brian? How you doing?
Brian, what's going on, brother? Man, it's been a while. Miss you, man. Damn.
Did you find what you're looking for?
Yeah, but I thought you was gonna read the rest of the comments.
Okay. Let me read these. Let me read these two from Malta. After 6 months recovering from a shattered wrist, I'm back to exercising. All right, man.
Oh, hey, congratulations, bro! And like I said, I'm finally back, working out as well. And man, it definitely feels good. The body feels good, so I'm right there with you, brother.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't imagine your life being harder if you were stronger. If you had muscles, your life would be better in almost any situation.
Oh, thank you so much, Moto. Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes.
okay. In almost any situation, understood. But in basketball, like I said, I brought up examples. Like Kawhi Leonard is built like a house, but he can't stay healthy. And regardless of what you say, regardless of what you think about Zion, he has muscle. It may be
And
fat there too, but he has muscle.
a lot of fat. That's the problem.
Yeah, we that's conjecture. But at the end of the day, he constantly gets hurt. He constantly gets hurt. So at the end of the day, like this idea that my thing is that this idea that him being skinny is why they lost to Denver, using it as one of the reasons is dumb to me. It's dumb.
Um, I mean, it was clearly one of the reasons why he couldn't even compete against Boston.
Okay, I that's fine. You can
Okay,
if you want to say that, that's
okay.
fine. But that wasn't the case in this series. It wasn't the case. It wasn't.
Was the case in Boston? Yes or no?
No, they kicked his ass in that series against Boston.
Because they were being physical, right?
Yeah, they were being
Yes.
physical with him. But
Okay.
but
Okay.
but you
Okay.
can't tell me that Boston's the only team to ever do that to him.
I don't recall anybody being that physical with KD. The only person I saw them being physical like that with KD was when the Clippers won that one game against them when Patrick Beverly was being physical with him and hand checking him. And then that's when Kevin Durant started talking trash. Oh, you know who I am, blah blah blah. Yada, whatever. But the Patrick Beverly did it, and that
But
dude is only 6 foot.
do you think that his career has been held back because of his weight?
I think I think he would have I think his career would have been greatly enhanced if he had gained, extra muscle and is stronger than his opponent. I do think that. Cuz
I
cuz just like Malto said, like yeah, I cannot imagine your life being harder if you were stronger. Exactly what he's absolutely right about that.
I mean, and that's
and,
not
and, and
that's not
that,
helping.
that that
That's not
that goes that
helping.
goes that just goes for life in general,
That's not. That's fine.
regardless of
That's
what
not
job
helping
that you have, football, basketball, UFC, anything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, there's several guys in you that been that built that when they get older, that stuff starts to go wear off, and that stuff becomes a detriment. Now, mind you, some of them were using steroids, but
Well,
at the, at the end of the day, like it's not guaranteed. Did
yeah,
you find what you're looking? Yeah, I read all the comments. Come on, let's go.
they read it. Okay, yeah. So this is what I want to share real quick. So I was trashing pretty much everybody with the exception of Steph Curry. Everybody except for Steph Curry. Now, where is it? Um,
Now, I'll say this. Um, there is a theory. There's a theory that that people are now using to justify why Draymond Green punched Jordan Poole.
Oh, I think I heard that too.
Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, I heard that too. But let me know if you could hear this.
Yeah.
So when it comes to, were you able to hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, all right. Doesn't accept a pay cut. Let's continue on. Wiggins, he was hurt. I don't necessarily think he had a great series overall, but at the very least, he was hurt on Game 6. So I'm not gonna kill him too much. Looney,
Who you
I got
refer?
to give a shout out to Looney. Although I was pretty much giving Looney a shout out with all the rebounds he was giving.
But who are you saying who was hurt Game 6?
Wiggins, his I don't know if you knew his rib cage something like that
Oh, yeah,
was hurt.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't really crucify him that he only had just a couple of points. So he only had 9 points, 18 rebounds, just like close to how he did to what he did to Sacramento. He at the very least left impact. Let me go forward. Was simultaneously, because now you don't really have that many scores. You only have three guys on the court now who could actually score. But I'm not going to kill him. The person that I am going to kill, the one that I am very disappointed in, is Jordan Poole. 7 points. 7 points. But it actually gets worse than that, guys. Overall, in the whole entire series, so in game one, he had 21 points. Not bad. Not bad. But game two, 6 points. Game three, 5 points. Game four, 0 points. But now let's be fair. It was only 10 minutes he had only played in that game. But come on, man. 0 points? Really? Zero? Come on, bro. And game five, he only had 11 points. Game six, 6 points. To me, Jordan Poole has to go.
That's what I said.
He has to leave.
Yes.
I've seen Steph Curry reacted the way he would shoot these awful long jumpers, these crazy 3-point shooters, acting like as if he's Steph Curry or he's Damian Lillard. You're not Steph Curry, buddy. You're not. Stop trying to take all these long threes like you're special. You're not special. You're not that special elite player like a Steph Curry or Damian Lillard or even Trey for that matter. Trey Young. You're not those guys. So because you're not those guys, you actually need to play smart and try to at the very least finish in the basket. You can't even make simple layups anymore. Like what's
And
wrong
that
with this
and
dude?
that's true. Do you disagree with that?
You trading him? I
No,
absolutely
no, no,
disagree.
no, no. The fact that he's constantly missing layups too.
Yeah, he was garbage in the series.
No, okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
To me,
But
Go ahead.
trading him that one they signed him to a new deal already, so they're not going to trade him. They're not going to trade him. Okay, if you have more, go ahead and I'll respond.
Yeah, I want to finish this one last part.
Mm-hmm.
what I'm going to say, he has a new nickname now. His name is no longer Jordan Poole. His name is now the Empty Pool. That's what he is. The Empty Pool.
We had to wait to hear that lame ass
Serves no
joke.
purpose, and all he's going to do is hurt the team. That's all he's going to do is hurt the
It,
team. He
it,
needs to go. I
is
really
that
hate to say it, but he has to go. Yes,
that's the best you can
you
do?
helped us win. Why do I keep saying us? You helped the Warriors win the championship, but this year you were just awful. I don't know if it has anything to do with Draymond Green punching you in the face. Maybe you just didn't feel welcome in the team anymore. Maybe the team went against you. I don't know what happened in the locker room. But Jordan Poole was not that guy. He's not. And he needs to be traded because he is not going to help that team win. But let's just
Well, hold on. Let me
give
see. There was one more
the
thing.
Lakers some props.
Oh
Although they
yeah, yeah.
didn't win today, there's
I don't want to go. I don't want to talk about the Lakers, but pretty much what I said in LA was that that in that series, let's say Anthony Davis didn't have to be great because they had these are the numbers that I had circled, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much said that if Anthony Davis has a bad game, Reeves, LeBron James, Russell, Schroeder, or Walker
Russell
could
was
pick up that
fantastic.
slack.
Yeah, Russell was
If
fantastic in that series.
yeah, if Reeves has a bad game, you still have Russell, you still have Shooter, you have Walker. Like they had everybody in that team to back somebody up if somebody had a bad game. For example, Shooter, he had a bad game. He had a bad game, but look, everybody else contributed. That wasn't happening with the Warriors.
No,
If
because
Steph Curry had a bad game, like that was pretty much the series. Go ahead.
because the problem is that the Warriors outside of Curry not that good this year. I mean, Wiggins was dealing with the stuff that he was dealing with. Let me see. Clay Thompson before the playoffs started, I thought he was playing well,
Really?
but I thought before the playoffs started, I thought he was playing well.
Hmm.
Looney. I think you could do something around Looney. But Jordan Poole was the X factor, and he was not good.
And what do you mean that they cannot trade him? They could still trade him.
I mean, yeah, they can trade him, but they're not going. I don't think they're going to. They're not
You
going
think
to. He's still a young player at the end of the day.
that dude was trash, bro? That dude was
Yeah, he
trash.
was. He absolutely was. But the thing is that like he's a young player. You gave him the money, so because he has one bad year, even now mind you, they gave him the money after having only really one good year. So you need to find out, what you really have in this guy. And you have to see how he responds to failure.
Hmm.
You have to,
I mean, he already failed to me.
all right, but okay, but that after 1 year, Steve,
Yeah, he already failed in my opinion. That dude he has to go, man. He has to leave. He has to leave.
after
And
1 year,
they
after
they
one bad year,
they were I forgot what they were showing clips of how Steph Curry was reacting whenever he was taking a bad shot. Did you know the time when Steph Curry got suspended for throwing that mouthpiece? It was because of Jordan Poole.
was it this year or past years?
Wasn't it the one this year when he got in trouble for throwing the mouthpiece? I think it was this year.
I know he done it before.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the time when he was in the finals. I'm not talking about that time. I'm not talking about that time. I'm talking about in recent past.
I'm 100%. I'm sure that I'm sure that he's frustrated. I'm sure that with Jordan Poole, but that's how it is when you play with young players. That's how it is when you play with young players. But what
Yeah,
you don't do
Mhm.
is give up on them after one bad year.
Yeah, but that's still. I don't think Jordan Poole is going to be a huge contributor from this day forward. I really don't see it.
But you have to wait until you actually see it.
I mean, I think we already have. I mean,
But after 1 year, after 1 year,
hmm.
no one expected Poole to be what he was last year.
So you think he's going to get better?
I give him an opportunity to.
Wow.
You have to
Okay.
really give him an opportunity to, because like I always say, like you have to give young players an opportunity to get better, and you have to give guys an opportunity to react to failure. You have to give them that opportunity.
But I think overall the Warriors need a big man. I think that's what they need.
I
They
mean,
need
how tall is Looney?
yeah, a big man that could score.
Okay, another thing I need to mention is empty pool. Like seriously, empty pool.
Yeah, empty pool. That's his name. Like what do you want me to say? Do you want me to say? Well, yeah, because I just came up with that on the fly when he has scored 0 points.
Yeah,
When you score, I'm sorry, when you score 0 points in the playoffs, no, dude. Not only do you deserve to be benched, I don't even think you should even play in the series anymore. That's unacceptable to me.
well, I'm
Zero
just,
points?
you couldn't think of a better name than empty pool.
No. Yeah, the empty pool. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. If you don't like it, that's fine. But if you can think of something better, which I'm pretty sure you
Oh,
can't, which I'm pretty sure you can't, but I
no,
think the empty pool fits him perfectly.
no, I'm good. I'll leave the bad. I'll leave the bad nickname to you. Um. Okay. So
It made you laugh, but go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
no. Okay. It made me laugh because of how absurdly bad it was.
So it worked. So it
No,
worked.
it didn't.
It made you laugh. It made
Sometimes bad.
it,
Sometimes bad jokes are funny also.
wait, hold on. You said it was bad, but more than once you laughed.
Yeah, but it's not because the joke was clever. But regardless of that, okay. All right. Enough about the losers. Um, who who do you see winning between Denver and LA?
I think LA is going. No. I think Denver is going to win, but I think it's going to go to 7 games.
I think it goes 7, but I actually think the Lakers are gonna win.
The only reason why Denver is going to win is because I don't necessarily believe Anthony Davis will be able to sustain him in 7 games. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
To, I,
And to me, because Anthony Davis, we know how he hates to be in the center position. We
mhm.
already know that. I don't necessarily believe he'll be able to sustain it for a 7 game
But
series.
what,
I think he's going
but
to be
what,
the X factor.
but
Go ahead.
what they did in the end of game one, they had Hachimura guarding Joker.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that too. I
Yeah,
noticed that too.
and he was doing okay. Like I said, I don't know if he's gonna last, but he was doing okay. It allows Anthony Davis to roam in the paint, and that's where he's at his most effective defensively.
Yeah, but the problem was, when I was getting frustrated with Gordon, was he wasn't creating enough space.
Mm-hmm.
Like he wasn't creating enough space to where Anthony Davis has to stay with him and hoping that he because of his 3 point shooting on the weak side or in the corner, I should say. So I don't know if that strategy is going to last long term.
Yeah, yeah. You never know. You never know. But I'm just gonna pick the Lakers because I feel. Cause I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Hmm.
There is one team that the NBA does not want to see in the finals.
Um, what's
Denver.
that?
Denver.
So you think there's a conspiracy that's gonna happen?
No,
Like a
no, 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 I'm not gonna go that far. I'm not gonna go that far.
Oh, okay, okay,
Um,
okay.
but like I guarantee you, the NBA does not want Denver in the finals.
So you okay? You think it's going to hurt ratings? That's why.
Yeah, actually, I do. Yeah, I do. I think.
Oh, okay. No, okay. So you pretty much agree with me. Of they're just pretty much another San Antonio team.
I mean, unfortunately, Denver in that market is not Denver in the basketball sense is not that not that appealing. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to trash on them, but like
Oh yeah, no, you absolutely trashing them. You absolutely.
no, but it's true. But it's true. I guarantee you the NBA. If you ask the NBA, I think what they want Lakers Boston. That's what they want. But if they get Lakers Heat, they're fine with that too. I guarantee you they don't want the Nuggets in the finals.
Yeah, I think you're right. I just hope they don't interfere. That's all I want.
All right. So before we get to the other side, let me read some comments. Try to get this as fast as possible.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. All right. So Brian said he missed you too. Um,
Yeah, Brian, man, we gotta like hang out sometime. But you're always out of town, bro. Like every time, I've been thinking, oh yeah, whether if it's hanging out or working out or something like that. Yeah, you're always out of town, bro.
all right, working out always makes you a better person.
Absolutely. Thank
Uh,
you so much, Brian. Thank you.
wait.
Tell
So
them.
working out makes you a better person. If it makes you feel better, yes, I agree with that 100%. But it makes you a better person.
Yeah, it makes you feel
Have you
good,
have you have you have you
physically and
have you,
mentally.
have you seen some of the douchebags that we have in the gym doing the selfies and all the other shit?
When the last time you went to the gym, Hoovy,
No, no, no,
186?
no. Shut up, Steve. I'm,
Exactly.
I'm,
When the last time you went to the gym?
I'm talking about all the douchebags that you see in the gym, girls and boys who have their selfies out, who are trying to thirst trap and all the other shit. Working out don't make you a better person. It make you feel better, yes, absolutely. But it don't
Mhm.
make you a better person. Definitely not. Especially if you're gonna be some of these douchebags that Joey Swole always have to shame. I'm good, bro. And the thing is that when it comes to we're not talking about like working out in general. We're talking about in the context of Kevin Durant, who's not fat. You know what I mean? He's a twig, and Steve thinks that he needs to build muscle.
This dude said he's a twig. That's exactly what I'm saying. If
Hard
you are
fact,
a twig, you will easily be able to push around. You can easily be pushed around if you're a twig. Yes.
but the vast majority of his career, he hasn't had to deal with that.
Until now.
I mean, until the Boston series, like that wasn't the case with Denver. Like I said,
Well,
like
they were pretty physical with him on Denver. Like you could see
yeah,
it.
that's fine, but he played well. He played well in the vast majority of those games. The problem is they didn't have enough help. He didn't have enough help. Um, shit, what the fuck? All right. So Malta said that yeah, the pool is empty, is no good, but next year he will play better. And my thing is that my,
I like the way you said that. Yeah, the pool is the pool is empty. Absolutely. Go ahead, Hoovy.
but my thing is that you have to give him a chance to play. You have to give him a chance to respond to failure. The thing that I'm wondering when it comes to the Lakers is Steve Kerr said that they need to be major changes with the team. Who are going to be the one that change? Remember, I think Draymond is due for a contract, right?
Mhm.
Are you going to resign Draymond?
Yes.
You would resign Draymond.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, they they paid Wiggins. They paid Wiggins. They paid Poole. Obviously, they paid Curry. And what the? Are you get the fuck out? He wasn't even talking. Like fuck out of here, man. Fuck
Wait,
it.
wait, wait,
Anyway,
wait,
yeah.
wait, what? Like
No,
what? None.
I'm watching the game.
Oh, like you
He
make it.
wasn't touched. What the fuck? He wasn't. What
Oh.
the fuck off, man? Seriously. Anyways, um, yeah. So you all right? So like I said, they paid Curry. I believe they paid um I believe they paid Thompson. They paid Wiggins and they paid Poole. Do they have enough money for Draymond?
I don't. I think Klay Thompson will be a free agent after one more year.
Yeah, but do they have enough money to
But
pay for
but
Draymond?
but like I said in the video, he better not ask for a max contract. He better not ask for one.
Ooh,
Klay Thompson.
oh, you know he's going to.
No, he doesn't deserve it. After that, after how he played in that series, absolutely not.
All right. All right. So moving on to the Eastern Conference, right? Miami and Knicks. There's not much to say. Um, Miami was the better team, but I'll give Jalen Brunson props. That dude's a baller, and I think that's all I'm gonna say. He's a baller.
Who?
He's very good. Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
He's very good. Now, when it comes to Julius Randle, now I have to speak on this. I don't think Julius Randle is as good as people make him out to be. But I also don't think he's as bad as New York Knicks fans treat him as. If you
You
get
saw
what I'm
you saw the video with Stephen A.
and the funny thing is that he's asking, "Oh, you're going to trade for Karl Anthony Towns?" Like, really, him? You don't like Julius Randle's you don't like Julius Randle's playoff performances, and yet you go for Karl Anthony Towns, a guy who you can't do, who will score more, who have more fouls than points. Oh, that's not an offensive foul. Okay. But okay, so that's who you. And then I saw another video of Knicks fans tearing down his poster.
Oh, I saw that one too. Wow, I saw that one too. Oh my goodness, I never see something like that before. Jeez.
So, like I said, the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Julius Randle because New York fans overrate him. But I also feel bad for Julius Randle because the New York Knicks fans act like everything he did was everything that happened was his fault. At the end of the day, Miami's just better. It is what it is.
So you agree with me that when we was talking about this in the regular season that Jimmy Butler was far better than Randall, despite the fact that Randall made it to the All-Star game and not Jimmy.
I never ever told you that he was better than Jimmy Butler. I never told you that. Hell, I made the argument. I made the argument that Bam was better than Julius Randle, and ultimately, I was proven correct. I was proven right.
Yeah, but I think you also said he was better than Jimmy Butler too.
Who Bam?
Yes.
I say he played better. I say he played better. I didn't say he was better.
Okay, I'll go back and look because I think you and I did have a debate about that slightly.
So I mean, there's not much to say. Miami won that series. Now,
No, what I want to say is
Mhm.
I think he is overrated.
Yeah, I think Julius Randle is overrated. Absolutely.
I think he's really is overrated. And to me, the one thing that I never understood about these players is that when you see one guy in your team is balling, how is it that you're not trying the best as you can to to pretty much help the guy out, like take the pressure off of him? You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, and it's not like Miami was destroying the team. Like they were close. Like Brunson was. It was only because of him that why the Knicks were so close to that team
Yeah.
as far as the game, because I think Miami only won by, I think they only won by what, like what,
Four
5 points?
game 6 was 4 points, I think.
4 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because of Brunson that why they were able to hang with the Heat for so long. You know what I mean? I don't understand Brunson at all in that game. In that last game, I don't
No.
understand. I don't understand. That dude is overrated. He is not better than Jimmy Butler. He's not better than Bam Adebayo. I don't care what anybody says. Which is why I understood that, okay, fine. He probably had scored more than Jimmy Butler, but overall, as far as Jimmy Butler's numbers goes and his defense, he should have been in that All Star game. But that's already passed. Fine. Jimmy Butler is a far better player than that dude. Far better.
Yeah, I agree, but he's not as bad as New York Knicks fans make him out to be.
Hmm.
No, he's not
Well,
because
he's
here's the reality.
overrated. He's
Yeah, he is
overrated.
overrated. He is over, and the reason why he's overrated is because of that stupid fan base. They
Yeah.
overrated his ass.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But to me, he's not as bad as they make him out to be. Yeah, he's not great. Like he's not. He's a very inefficient player, but he's also not as bad as they make him out to be. And just build a better team around him. That's it. That's simple. Bro, if you lose a game by 1 point, you got destroyed.
Do you agree with that?
No,
Where did that come from, Malta? And who you skipped a lot of comments.
no, I can't read all the comments because we gotta get moving.
Well,
Um,
since all right, I'll just read one. Let me just read one. Nolan says empty pool. Yes, you're right, empty pool. And Critical Drop says 16 days until Street Fighter 6, 36 days until Final Fantasy 16. Look, we are definitely excited for that. I'm still in shock that Hubi's gonna get it a day later. And I should have asked you this before, Hubi. Like, I actually wanted for us to go together to get the game. But if your plan is to get it the day later, then there's really nothing.
where you getting it at?
GameStop.
Yeah, but where? Which one?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, even if we at different GameStop, that's fine. Like I think it would be cool. We go there, pick up the game. We go to the one by your I guess I'm assuming by your house, pick up the game, and yeah, and
Yeah,
do
but the problem
whatever.
is I worked that night Friday. That's the problem. That's why I'm gonna pick it up Saturday because I don't have to. I can pick up the game and then I can pick up the game and then play it once once I have it. And I pick it up Friday, I may only have a couple hours in and then I'll have to I have to go to work.
Hmm. All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's up to you. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah. So all right. So we talked about Philadelphia and Boston. I thought Philadelphia were gonna win, and I was dumb because I put faith in Embiid, um, Harden, and Doc Rivers, and that was a mistake. That was clearly a mistake. Now I've already gone on a rant about Embiid. I just don't like to do that attitude. I just don't like to do that attitude. And
Embiid.
yeah,
Wait, about his what he said in the press conference in the
yeah,
post game.
but I think there's more context to it than that. But I just don't like everything that he stands for is just I'm not with worrying about winning MVP. And then the whole thing with the stuff that he said about Harden last year was crazy. You know what I mean? 'Cause he said that he's not the same Harden that he was last year. Last year that was crazy. But
Yeah.
ultimately, I just don't. I'm just not a fan. I don't like the constant flopping. I do think that contributes to him getting hurt. And ultimately, I'm just not a fan. I've already mentioned my grievances with Harden. It's not a surprise. I've been seeing this from him. I mean, pretty much since um since the finals against Miami. He no showed that series. You know what I mean? Like, this is who he is. This is who he is. He's a phenomenal player, but in the playoffs, he shrinks. It is what it is. Now, I went on my rant about those two. Let me go to Doc Rivers, right? Because he's the one coach that got fired that deserved to get fired.
Okay.
You and that organization in general, right? You were brought there to take them over the hump, and you didn't do that at all.
Well, remember that they
Of
had
course,
the
they,
they had the
of course they counted. Of course they counted. Fucking trash. Go ahead.
oh, you're talking about Jason Tatum. Okay. But yeah, remind you though, the whole thing with with Ben Simmons, I think completely compromised their season.
But he enabled that behavior by saying, "Oh, he don't need to shoot, no, like this and that." No, you should have been on him. Like the way that Jock Vaughn has handled Ben Simmons has been a lot better. And Mike, did you see Ben Simmons? Did you see Ben Simmons trolling the Philadelphia 76ers?
I saw it, but I didn't want to watch the video because I was like the nerve of you trashing an organization that you were in that you decided not to even that you decided not to play for. So I decided not to watch it. But what did he
What it
say?
highlights to me is a guy who lacks self awareness. He lacks complete self awareness, and that
Hmm.
is unfortunately that's the trait of a lot of young people nowadays. They just lack self awareness.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and speaking of
and
young people, how you doing, Josh? How you doing, bro?
what's
Hi.
going on, nephew? It's been a while, man. Where's everybody else at? Where's your cousins at, brother?
No, go ahead. Say what you got to say. I still got to rant on Doc Rivers.
Yeah, I wanna say that this as far as the 76ers goes, I do believe that they're still a championship team. Like to me, they have enough. Like they have enough to win. Like Joel Embiid and James Harden did, they just played bad. And what I hear is, and here's the thing that pissed me off. What Joel and Embiid said. Like I think you mentioned, well, there's more context to it, but what I got from it was he was saying that, oh, it cannot just be him and Harden. It just cannot be him and Harden. Everybody else did their part,
Mm-hmm.
especially in Game 7. Everybody else did their part. You didn't. You didn't. James Harden, he did his thing on Game 1 and Game 2 or whatever. Like you did some part of it. I think I can't remember which game where he had a decent game, but
No,
on game
Game 4, I think.
yeah, Game 4. But here on Game 7, I mean, in game
No,
6,
Game 5. Game 5. He was amazing. Game 5.
yeah, and on Game 6, like I mean, you're at home.
Mm-hmm.
You're at home. And during crunch time, how is it? Well, before crunch time, right? How is it that Jason Tatum pretty much didn't do anything in the first half, and then you pretty much let him demolish you in the fourth quarter? You got to match that.
He didn't get the ball, and he didn't get the ball in crunch time. That was his excuse. He didn't get the ball.
Yeah, no,
He,
okay.
he, he didn't get the ball. Like, oh, never mind that you're the top guy. You didn't get the ball. So they didn't give me the ball because I can't go in the fucking paint and ask for it. But they didn't give me the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go on about Doc Rivers, right? You were brought in to take this team over the hump. You enabled Ben Simmons. That's absolutely what you did. And ultimately, your goal was to take them to the next level, and you didn't do that. 3 years, you didn't do that. You were up 3-2, and you allowed your team to get punked at home. And then they decided not to show up in the third quarter. When I left to go pick up my mom, they were up. They were up by 3. They were up by 3. I
Mm-hmm.
come back. they're down by 30.
Yeah.
So it's like so it's like like I mean, look, I'm not gonna say it's all coaching, but this is a trend with him. This is a trend.
Yeah.
Like all even in Boston, it was a trend. They were up 3-2 on Miami. Then LeBron James took their soul. Game 6 and game 7. Right? He goes to the Clippers
Remember,
and
they were up. They were also 3-2 against LA in the finals.
yeah, yeah,
Yep.
lose there. You go to the Clippers. You had multiple the three. I think it was a 3-1. There was a series again. There was a series against Houston, Game 7. I think Harden got benched in that game because he was
Hmm.
playing garbage like usual, and they let Josh Smith
Yeah.
beat them.
Yeah.
Right? And you
Yep.
wonder why you wonder why I always call this dude the most overrated coach in basketball right now. He may very well be one of the most overrated coaches of all time.
Wow.
In the bubble, you had a 3-1 lead. Game 7, yes. Paul George did shoot the ball off the side of the backboard. Yes, he did do that.
Yeah.
But your team was up 3-1. And at the end of the day, the Philadelphia 76ers, all these years of them tanking and all the other stuff, they're now right back to the same place they were when they started the process. They're not. I'm not gonna say they're mediocre, but they're not. You say they're a title contender. I don't think they are.
Oh,
But
really?
no, I don't think they are. Because me personally, you can't win a championship with Harden as your second best player and Joel Embiid as your best player.
Hmm.
You can't win with those two guys being your leaders. Until Embiid shows that he can, one, stay healthy, which I'm not gonna put all that on him, but he needs to stay healthy, and he can stop fucking flopping like a fish. Maybe then you could build a championship team around him.
Yeah.
Harden, no, like you can't do that, and you can't. And to be honest with you, I don't think I personally I don't think Doc Rivers is a championship quality coach. He's
So you think
not.
he's more like an assistant coach?
I mean, no matter what he is, like he's not a championship quality coach. He's not.
Hmm.
I don't give a damn if he has a championship or not.
Well, I mean that's the thing. He still has one. That's the problem.
No, and look, and I mean, Budenholzer has one. He got fired. Monty Williams was close to having one. He got fired. Nick Nurse has one. And he got fired. And the only one in that group, the only two guys in that group that deserved to get the firing that they got was Budenholzer and Rivers. And Rivers mainly because you bought them, you were there to bring them over the hump from Brett Brown. And you couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Couldn't even do that.
My thing for Doc Rivers is that, my goodness, that dude had so much talent. That dude had so much talent around him. We're talking about the big three with Boston. That team should have won at least two championships, at the very least two. He has the freaking Clippers. I mean, my goodness, like so many 3-1 leads that he had, with the Clippers, and he was not able to, to move forward. Like I thought they was going to win a championship. I forgot what year it was. Was the year when Chris Paul made that crazy layup over Tim Duncan? I don't know if you remember that play.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I thought that year there was for sure. Wasn't that the year they lost against Houston? I think that was the year they lost against
It
Houston.
could be. It could be.
Yeah, I was for sure that year that they were going to win a championship, but to my surprise, they did not. And with Philadelphia, I could understand when some people say, "Hey, they against Boston, or let's say if they had to go against Giannis, you can't really be upset if they lose against one of those two teams." I mean, I could understand that, but when you're up, 3-2, you're already showing that you could actually win against Boston. You're up 3-2, and the fact that you actually had a home game, you could have easily finished them off right then and there. Especially when Tatum wasn't even contributing in the first half, you should have easily capitalized. Doc Weaver should have at least done something. He should have, and then when Tatum was getting going, he should have trapped him immediately. But I mean, I didn't really see that much adjustments that was made. So as although he has a ring, that guy had constant talent around him. On different teams, he had amazing talent, and he only had one ring to show for it. Like you can't. There's just absolutely no way that you should only have one ring with all that talent surrounding you. Like it just doesn't make any sense to
You know
me.
what's funny?
It doesn't.
It really isn't even. It really isn't even that with me. To me, it's the constant losing when you're up in the series.
Oh, okay.
Like constantly, you're up 3-1. He had multiple 3-1 series lead that he lost. That's unacceptable in my opinion. And
Yeah,
it's one thing if it happens to one team, multiple teams, two different versions of the Clippers teams, and then you have the situation with Philadelphia
yeah,
and losing to Atlanta. And I'm gonna tell you right now, obviously Ben Simmons deserved the vast majority amount of the blame, but I
of
put a
course.
lot of that blame to Doc Rivers also because you enabled that mindset in Ben Simmons. You did. You enabled that. You enabled that mindset. Oh, he don't need to score. He don't need to do this. He don't need to do that. You enabled it.
Yeah,
So as far as I'm concerned, that dude, he like you're not winning a championship with him as your coach. You're not. And he got lucky because he had the big three. Because
yeah.
remember, and that's in those in their first couple rounds. Hell, I think every round they went to 7 games every round. They went to 7 games with Atlanta.
Oh my,
Like
I didn't
Atlanta,
even remember that. That's
Atlanta
crazy.
was good.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the rest of I don't remember the rest of it, but I mean this is who he is.
Didn't they go to like a 6 or 7 against the Cavs?
Maybe, but at least that makes sense. At least that makes sense. You're going up against LeBron and the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
You're going up against another good team. Atlanta had no business having 3 wins against them.
yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
This is who he is. He's not that good. To me, he's not that good of a coach. And the fact that he's in the top 15 is a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. He's there based solely on talent. That's it.
Yeah. No, I partially agree. I do. I do.
All right. So, who do you think is gonna win this series between Boston and Miami? Because right now
Uh,
Boston's up by I think they're up by 7 right
yeah.
now.
I have to go for Boston only because we still don't have Tyler Hero,
Mm-hmm.
and because we don't have Tyler Hero, I don't know who's going to be um like I know Jimmy Butler and Bam are going to do their thing, but man, we really need Tyler Hero against that squad. We really need Tyler Hero, and because we don't have him, I don't think Miami's going to win. I think Boston's going to win in 6 games.
Okay. I don't blame you for saying that. I'm picking Miami. I'm picking Miami at 7. I'm gonna
Oh,
tell
you
you.
think Miami's going to win?
I'm
Oh,
gonna tell you this. All the smoke I had for Philadelphia, I was waiting to give out smoke for Boston. I was ready. I was ready to say you have a coach who's wet behind the ears, acting like he knows what the fuck he's doing.
hmm.
I was gonna trash Tatum, even though I don't really like trashing Tatum, but I was gonna trash Tatum. I definitely was gonna do.
I still think Jalen Brown is the best player right now.
I mean, like he just scored 50. He just scored what 53 points or something like
One,
that.
one, one game, one game.
Okay, but he won. But he's the reason why he won Game 6 and Game 7. He is the reason.
I guess.
Yeah. So okay. The reason why I'm picking Miami, because one, I'm a homer. I ain't gonna lie about that. But two, and most importantly, if Boston, if the games are close, I trust Spoelstra a lot more than I trust Missoula.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this.
Because the one thing I noticed, game one when they let Harden beat them. Close game, they choked on themselves at the end. Game four, close game. They barely got a shot off. Didn't get a shot off game four at the end of the game. Then you have the game they lost to Atlanta, where they should not have lost to Atlanta. And to me, here's what Miami needs. Obviously, they need Jimmy Butler to be great. They need
Hmm.
Bam Adebayo to be great. They
Yes.
need to hit. They need to shoot. They need to hit their threes. They need to hit their threes, and they need to keep the game close. Because when the game close, I trust Miami over Boston.
That makes sense.
So, yeah. So I'm picking Miami. So, all right. So let me read some comments before we get to the last topic. All right. So you're not dumb, bro. I really thought Senators were gonna make it to the finals. Yeah, but
Are you going to go back to the comics that you missed?
no, I can't read Steve. I can't read all. I have to go to work in like 18 minutes, and we still have to talk about Morant.
All right.
Like, I'll just read the ones that are more relevant. Like, I'm a fan of Embiid. I'm not, but I don't have the disdain. I didn't have the disdain for him that I do now. Cause I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, bro, like, I can't stand this dude, bro. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Oh, Joshua said he just committed to a college for basketball. I can't. I didn't tell anyone the news yet.
Yeah. Yeah. So finally, who we mentioned that. I mean, clicked on that. But yes, congratulations, nephew. You
That's what.
know, I'm definitely going to support you, bro. Going to support you. I know you're going to make it. I know you're going to do well. Like this dude been sending me videos of him just dunking and dunking on people. I'm like, holy smokes! Oh my god! Like it's very impressive to actually have a family member to actually dominate on basketball. I think it's gonna go well for you for sure. Like just keep practicing, and you're gonna have to treat it like it's a full time job. Like if you want to be better than everybody else, and you wanna get drafted and such, like you're gonna have to like work hard. And like again, treat it like it's a full time job. You're gonna have to practice for hours because you want to be better than everybody else. But yeah, good stuff, nephew.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. That's a good thing. And even if the athletic thing don't work out, just you're there for an education, and you do that, and hopefully you do that well. All right. So Malta said, even though I think Celtics will win, there are some players on that team I don't like, so I don't want them to win a chip.
Oh
Like
my
he
gosh.
mentioned Brogdon and Al Horford. I
O-
mean,
overrated players, overrated players. I mean, hey, this is the overrated podcast. So if you think anything or anybody is overrated, yeah, all right, yeah, be my guest. So you think those guys are overrated? I mean, Al Horford, he did a phenomenal job on Embiid. That
mhm.
dude was just blocking his shots, and Joel Embiid, man, that dude is far bigger than Al Horford. Like he should have just bullied his way through and dunk on him constantly if you're gonna have Al Horford, guard you. But he didn't do that. Maybe it's because of his knees, but he should have at least tried. Tried to go down low and make a layup. Like we all know Shaq, man. That would have been Shaq's lunch if that was Shaq down there.
Yeah.
That Giannis would have been able to dominate big time if Al Horford was guarding Giannis. But look, I mean, Joel Embiid, I think he was just afraid. He was just settling for just jump shots, and that was also their downfall.
Yeah. And Ruben said that hopefully Jimmy's ankle heals up. Yeah, I also too. He seems to be doing okay right now, but like I had the volume on low, so I can't really tell. But
Uh,
anyways,
oh, and real quick, Brian mentioned that heart attacks, diabetes, all kinds of diseases, injury um, prevented by getting in shape, and I'm really glad you said that because when a lot of people are on these medications and things like that, one of the simple ways of getting cured is just being active. But that also, and I'll say this real quick, that also kind of shows how being a about being lazy, like it's one of the most powerful drugs out there. Like being lazy could really actually, cause, harm, but people don't want to do that. So then they're gonna have to rely, on drugs, unfortunately, and it is what it is. And eating good food too. Like don't forget that, Brian. We have to eat good food. All right, go ahead.
All right, the last topic is Ja Morant. Um, I don't have an article. I mean,
That's fine.
yeah, but everyone saw what happened. Like a dumbass, he once again gets caught in the IG live, which is not his, but one of his friends. He gets caught in the IG live, um, flashing a gun again.
Again, that
And,
that's the interesting part, the frustrating part. Again.
yeah, and the thing is that so okay, so the first time this happened and all this stuff comes out about the situation with the high schooler fighting him at his house. The situation at the mall with his
And
mom.
and and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they said that dude was a minor, right?
Yeah, yeah, 17.
What's a grown man fighting a 17-year-old? Like, all right, continue, man, continue.
And then the laser pointer incident against against the Pacers. You do that, and then obviously the gun, showing off the gun the first time at a strip club. And I look at the response. I look at the response
Hmm.
of the NBA. Right. So what did they do? He goes to a rehab center for what, 2 days? He does this phony fake interview with Jalen Rose,
Hmm.
and he gets what, eight games retroactively. Right. It's like clearly they didn't take no one took that situation seriously.
Correct.
No, and that includes the NBA. And to me, look, he can do whatever the hell he wants. Like I don't care. But if you're someone who wants to be part of that life, all right, you're gonna find out the hard way. Cause trust me, when the money dries up, none of those niggas in the car with you are gonna help you. They
Well,
ain't
they
gonna.
can't. Financially, they can't.
If that's something that if you want to buy into that, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. So I don't really have much else to say. What about you?
Well, I I wanted to talk about the whole thing what happened with the
Oh
All
yeah,
NBA
you're right.
team.
You're right. You know what? Let me bring that up. Let me bring that up. Wow, you
I have
continue.
the article.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh,
You share it.
yeah, so I have the article pretty much talking about John Morant and that he's not eligible for supermax contract after missing all NBA teams.
Do you have the list of the all NBA?
I could have sworn they showed it here. Let me see. Um,
If it's not there, then I'll pop it up.
oh yeah, you go ahead and look for it,
Yeah.
and you go ahead and share it. So while you're looking for it, let me just read real quick while you're looking.
Mhm.
So John Morant bank account will be about $40 million lighter than it could have been after the Memphis Grizzlies star missed out on making an All NBA team for 2022-2023 season. ESPN Bobby Marks noted the stakes for Morant before the teams were announced Wednesday. Morant 5-year, $194 million extension could have been a super max deal. Yes, let me know when you find it. Um, per Marks, the Toronto Raptors, Siakam, Fred Van Vliet, and Denver Nuggets, Jamal Murray were eligible for Supermax deals as well. As expected, though, none of the three was an All NBA honoree. Siakam was one of the biggest forward omissions. He averaged 24 points, 7 rebounds, and 5.8 assists per game, and led the league in minutes per game for the second straight year. The Raptors' 41-41 record probably didn't help his or Van Vliet's case because of their record, and I do believe that record should be the tiebreaker.
Mhm.
Um,
All right.
Velvliet and you found it?
Yeah, I have the first team. I have all three teams.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So first team, Giannis, Luca, Embiid, Gildress Alexander, and Jason Tatum.
Yes.
Now, let me. Okay, so what's your opinion on Morant not making it?
Oh, I was going to say something until
Mhm.
you read the rest of the player, because that's the key of how I felt about that.
Okay, okay. So you want me to continue reading?
Yeah.
Okay, second team: Jalen Brown, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, Nikola Jokic, and Donovan Mitchell.
Hmm.
That's and then the third team is De'Aaron Fox, LeBron James, Damian Lillard, Julius Randle, and Demontis Sabonis.
Okay. Now that you read all three
Mm-hmm.
NBA teams, this kind of ticked me off a little bit. This actually ticked me off a little bit because you have, and let's look at the third team. Let's go down up, right? So let's go to the third team.
Yeah.
Let me. That's the second team. Okay, so you have Fox, who's the point guard.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron James, obviously, he's a forward. Damian Lillard's a guard. Randall's a forward, or is it Sabonis?
Yeah, Randall's four.
Yeah,
Maybe
Randall's a
Sabonis.
forward.
Maybe Sabonis is a five
Sorry.
on the Kings. But yeah, Randall's a four.
Oh, Randall's a forward. Okay, okay. Now, I'm looking at this third team, and Fox, he had a fantastic season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Fox had a great season. Now, I don't know if you heard what I just said a couple of moments ago.
Mm-hmm.
To me, when numbers are close, even if it's only by a couple points, or 2 or 3 points,
Mm-hmm.
if it's close, I think the tiebreaker should be the record. That's what I believe. I think the tiebreakers, whether if it's for all NBA teams, All Star games, MVPs, things of that nature, I think better records should be the tiebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I would take Damian Lillard off of that list and put John Morant on here. On
Hmm.
here. Now let's go up. Let's go up.
Okay, that's interesting because I was thinking because I agree with you. I think despite his stupidity, I do think Morant should be up there. I do think he should be number. I think he should be first team. My
Now now let's go to second team.
yeah.
Now obviously it's Jalen Brown, Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, um, um, Jokic, and Donovan Mitchell.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I would remove Donovan Mitchell. If you told me which team on second team would I remove, I would
Mm-hmm.
remove Donovan Mitchell and I would put John Morant
Mm-hmm.
once again because John Morant. I think John Morant. Wait, I think isn't John Morant's numbers better than Mitchell's?
I may more maybe, but here's the thing: like Mitchell, he helped Cleveland be relevant, so that can't go unnoticed.
Yeah, but look, but the impact that Ja has been giving the Grizzlies ever since he has arrived.
Yeah, of course, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So and now the thing with Steph Curry, this is the part that uh I don't think I would remove Steph Curry. And I'm pretty sure you might ask me, oh well, he had a better record than Steph Curry. Like he did. Steph Curry, pretty much was on a borderline of missing the playoffs at times.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at times he was missing, but to me, he was the sole reason
Oh,
of why.
God.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Like every time the Boston Celtics fall, they call a foul on them.
Oh, you're talking about the game again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think with Steph Curry, it's tough because John Morant, man, not only has he's been box office, but that dude, he really did leave a huge impact, for the Grizzlies. I think he also carried that team, especially when Bane, has been out for quite a while, and even with Adams, being out, John Morant just constantly continued to play great. He continued to keep that team relevant, and I believe that team was at number two at one point. No, no, hold on. They were number two, right? They were number two.
Who?
Were they number two, or was it
Really?
San Antonio? Or not San Antonio, or Sacramento?
Well, I feel like Sacramento was always in the third spot the whole year. I feel like.
Yeah. They were in the third spot. Yeah. So with all the injuries that had happened, and with all the controversy regarding Morant, with the whole issue of him getting suspended and whatever, he still kept that team relevant. He continued to keep that team relevant regardless of all the injuries. Like, I mean, if he's not going to be in second team, or he's not going to be in the third team, like I find that just highly unexcusable to me. I would take off Donovan Mitchell, and I would put John Morant if I had the choice on NBA second team. Now NBA first team, now
Mhm.
scroll up to NBA first team. Um, NBA first team. Who would I take off? Let me think.
I already know.
Uh,
I already know who I'm taking off.
I think I'm taking off Luca.
I'm taking off Alexander.
Oh, you're taking off Alexander.
Yeah.
That dude had a sensational year.
Oh, no, you know what? No, you know what? You know what? Yeah, he did. He did. But I gotta be fair. The reason why I was gonna take out Alexander was because of the record. But Luca had a worse record than Alexander.
Yes. No, hold on. Did they?
Hmm. Yeah, because the
Oh,
Thunder
that's
was
right.
they were in the
They
play-in.
wasn't playing. They wasn't playing. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and I completely forgot that Denver. I completely forgot that Denver that not Denver Dallas didn't make the playoffs. I
Yeah.
totally forgot about that. Uh,
And
yeah.
and the reason why I wanted you to go through all three teams
Hmm.
is because I wanted everybody to see that there is absolutely no way that you could sit here to me in the flat and in the straight face that John Morant didn't deserve those spots. And I think the reason why he didn't get in the spot is this is really because of the situation that he was dealing with, as far as having a firearm, the
Hmm.
whole thing, with the laser pointing at the Pacers.
Hmm.
I believe what happened outside of the court is what got him is what prevented him from getting into an all NBA first team, or all NBA second team, or third team. Now,
Uh,
what do you say?
Kendrick Perkins, he had a vote, and he said that that's what happened.
So even
He
Kendrick Perkins even said it.
Yeah, Kendrick Perkins said that he didn't vote for Morant because of the off the court stuff.
Now, why should what you do outside of the court, outside of basketball, why should that be a contributor? Why should that be a factor if you deserve a reward or not? What does that got to do with his production on the court? You see, this is some. Well, I know it's two different sports and it's two different things. It's one of the reasons why I was so pissed off that Terrell Owens never got the first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
His numbers, his hard work, and his dedication is what was enough evidence that gave us that he should have been the first ballot Hall of Fame. All the work that John Morant has put in this year is enough proof that he deserved to be in an All NBA team.
yeah,
And I knew it. And look, I didn't even know about what Kendrick Perkins said, but I had told you this before, prior. We doing the podcast when I was getting Advil. I said to you I had a hunch that was the reason why he wasn't in. And look, you just revealed to me that's exactly what Kendrick Perkins said.
yeah, yeah. Like before I comment on the Morant stuff, because I do think he deserves to be in uh one of the three teams. Like the guy who I would remove, like I would remove Alexander and move him to at least the second team.
Mm-hmm.
I would move him to the second team because as great as a year that he has, I then I can't really, because the thing with Luca is that before they got Kyrie, like he was an MVP. He was literally an MVP candidate. He was,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, man. Like you had two guys on here who had losing records on the top on the first team. I just feel like I just feel weird, man.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
look
do
right.
too.
Now, would I Morant to me would be in the first team. Morant would be first team, and then
Who would you? So who would you put if you had? But if you had to pick on the second team, who would you remove from the second team? Would you put him there?
uh like I said, I think Alex. Fuck.
Well, here's the thing: like, if you remove Alexander, you would have to put him on number two. So who would you remove on number two?
That's the thing, but my thing is that I can't remove Alexander and keep Luca there. At
Oh,
least, yeah, because at least Alexander made it to the play-in. So I would technically have to move. I feel like technically I would have to move Luca.
and put him where?
I have to move him to the second team.
And so someone in the second team would have to come off. Who?
Donovan, to me, I would put Donovan in the first team. I would swap Luca and Donovan.
But you said Morant is going to be in the first team. You would put.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Morant would be first team. And then I would put Luca in second team.
Okay.
And then I'll move Donovan in the third team. And then
Okay. And who would you take off?
I have to take out Leonard.
Woo! I knew it. So okay. So you're really you taking the record into consideration.
Yeah. I you have to. You have to, because if you can't be great and have your team be garbage.
Yeah.
And Lillard's team was garbage, and I know it's not his fault, but his team is that Portland's garbage. Portland's garbage. Now going back to focusing on Morant, right? Like he's likely going to get a big suspension. I don't know how long. I don't know how long the suspension is going to be, but he's going to get a big suspension. Let me go back. Let me go back to your screen. Yeah, he's going to get a big suspension. I just don't know. I don't know how much he'll get.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, if you're a second time offender, you gave him 8 games the first time. Me personally, I think you have to give him at least 20.
Woo! 20 games.
20, 20, maybe 30 games.
30 games.
Yeah, because you have to show that this shit's not gonna be tolerated.
Wow, dude, that's more a quarter of the whole season.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the reason why I would give him that many games is because you literally got in trouble for this a couple months ago. And you decided, oh, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Like
now I had asked the question.
mm-hmm.
I had asked the question on Twitter. If Ja Morant had put a video of him just showing off his collection of guns in a briefcase or something like that, should he get in trouble for it?
No.
If he now clearly you don't think he should get in trouble if he's videotaping himself in the gun range or if he's going out there hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. No punishment whatsoever.
Yeah. Now somebody I think it was JJ and somebody else that also mentioned what he did was completely legal. That he didn't break any laws. He didn't.
Yeah, in that state, yes.
Yeah. So by him not doing anything illegal outside, of basketball, do you really think that this type of punishment is warranted? Like, do you think it really justifies it since he didn't break any laws?
Yes, because you are representing the NBA, and the NBA do not want their players waving guns around.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, if they had a video,
but again, you would have been perfectly fine if he was just waving it around in his house.
Yeah, because it's his home at the end of the day. It's his house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Well,
so it's not.
Wait.
Right. Go ahead.
It depends on what he's doing. It depends on what he's doing. If he's just showing off his gun collection, like it's dumb. I think it's dumb for him to do that. But at least, at the very least, like it is in his home, and there's no real danger of anyone else. There's no danger of anyone else being around.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But when it comes to what he did just now, to me, it's just dumb. Like I wouldn't say it's necessarily super dangerous, but it's just stupid. Like you just got in trouble for carrying it in at a strip club.
Yeah.
You just already had this issue already, and yet you're gonna do it again. Like, come on, bro. Like you like again, it's the self awareness thing. Young people nowadays lack self awareness.
Mm-hmm.
They just think that they can just do whatever they want and not get punished for it, not face any repercussions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, like you have a lot of money on the line, and regardless of whether it's legal or not, you are in a position where you represent the league. You not only do you represent the league, you represent the team, you represent your sponsors. And yes, is it fair that you have people out there, you have politicians who can show off their guns, and you can't? Yeah, it's unfair. Back in the day, that's the job that you chose. That's the job that you chose.
Right.
That's the life that you chose. And if you want to go back, if you want to act all big and bad for your friends and all the other shit, then go ahead, bro. But like I said before, when the money dries up, they ain't gonna pay for your shit. They're not gonna help you. Of course, they're not gonna help you.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know we have to go. So my final, I'm gonna just say this real
Yeah,
quick.
and then I'll
So
re-comment, then we can go.
yeah.
But do your thing.
Yeah, I honestly believe that since he didn't really break any laws, I was actually surprised that he was suspended, for 8 games. Um, and and for me,
Oh,
although I think it's
the 8 games was. I think the 8 game was more so the other stuff, right? The all the other stories coming out,
oh okay
and just
okay okay
overall
so
this kind. It's like you're piling bad news on top of bad news, and at some point you have to tell him to calm that shit down.
yeah, it was starting to become a bigger mess. I get you.
Yeah.
Um, I think because this is his second offense, I think it just should be doubled, 16 games. I think 20, 30 games, and I'm hearing people say he should be suspended for the whole year.
No.
I think even my brother said it should be like like 50 games or something like that, or a whole year. I think that's too much. I even think 30 games, is too much, especially for something.
I was just suspended for being stupid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he should just double it. 16 games. Like if and 16 games that's still a lot of games. Am I saying? What I'm saying? Like that's still a whole bunch of games. I think what Ja Morant should do is he's just gonna have to change, the way the people who he hang around with. I'm actually more disappointed in them, as well, because I really want to say this. I know everybody thinks differently. I know people have different perspective and the way of life is different. But I really want to take you, for example, real quick, right? If you had $20 million in your account right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like Steve, Jabonis, Randy, who else? Riddler. Let's all hang out. You're taking us to this place, you're taking us to that place, or whatever. And I would do the exact same thing. Hey, let's go here, let's go there, let's party, whatever, yada 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 yada. If I see you that your career is in jeopardy, or that you're getting in trouble, that you're losing money, me as a friend, I will come up to you and I'm like, yo, Hoovy, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your money, but bro, like, I want you to keep on winning. Meaning, I want you constantly getting more money. I want you to continue to succeed. Because I'm telling you right now, when you start losing money, you're going to start being more strict. You're going to start being more discreet. I probably won't be able to hang out with you anymore as much, or do these expensive, gravaganza, type of stuff with you anymore, because you're probably going to be more stingy with your money now that you're losing money, and rightfully so. You would think that his friends would come up to him and be like, "Yo, Ja Morant, I'm your boy. If you lose, I also lose." I mentioned that in the podcast before.
Mm-hmm.
If he loses, his friends loses, his family loses, because there's no more money coming in. You won. You already became successful. Now you're at the verge of losing everything. Because if the NBA, I don't think they're going to do this, but if the NBA actually does, suspend him for, let's say, half a game, I mean, half, the season, or full season, you know how much money that is? And the fact that he's probably going to lose all these endorsement deals, that's a lot of freaking money that you're losing. So I'm going to assume that anybody that would lose that much money is obviously going to be very stingy, from going forward. So I would tell you, Hoovy, or I'm pretty sure you would tell me, you'd be like, "Yo, Steve, you're gonna have to relax because you losing money here." Like I would expect you as a friend to tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you actually care, you know what I'm saying? Like if you actually care, if you really truly are, my best friend, you are going to at least tell me something and not make me act like a fool. But no, I don't see anybody doing that for him.
Yeah.
They're pretty much enabling him to do the exact same thing. Now, I forgot who said this, but somebody said that once he pulled the gun out, I think they shut off, the IG. So I'm pretty sure maybe they tried. But
Yeah.
come on, dude. I'm gonna be like Hoovy, bro. I don't think it's wise for you to bring that gun over here, man. Like I would try to tell you, not tell you how to live your life or try to tell you what to do, but I would tell you do. I would try to resist somewhat, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I don't I just don't get it. And for John Morant, although I think what he did is legal, quote unquote legal, you already got suspended already. You already got suspended already. So he may dislike it. He may not he may probably hate the fact that he's being controlled outside of company's time, which I get. I do. I truly understand that. But since you now have submitted your life to this organization, you're just gonna have to comply. And you have
And,
to do it. Go ahead.
and if he wants to carry a gun in Tennessee, that's fine. Don't record. Don't get caught recording doing it.
Right.
That's the thing. Like these young people, all they feel like everything has to be broadcast. Everything has to be videotaped. Everything has to be on a TikTok and all this other shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, just don't record it.
Yeah, don't record it. And look, you know how much I am for the Second Amendment. You know how I am.
Yeah,
Like I believe that everybody has the right to protect themselves. Everybody has the right to carry. But to me, when you're playing these these hip hop rap music, and then showing off your gun, waving everybody, although it is legal and you have the right to do it, if the NBA says no, you're gonna have to comply because they're paying you. They're the one that's giving you your money. It's because of them that why you have millions of dollars right now. So don't take the risk and put your future in jeopardy because of some stupid gun. Like, no, don't do it, bro. Like, don't do it. Although I am in favor of him doing what he wants outside of company's time, you're just gonna have to submit to the authority of the NBA. You have to.
yeah.
So that's it. I want to say more, but we have to go. We have to go. So go ahead with the comments.
Okay. Um. Okay. So, Malta, I said I quit drugs. It's the only way I can turn my life around. I knew through hard work and dedication that I will be the man that I need to be, and that's great to hear, bro.
That's really great to hear, Malta. Like I'm definitely proud of you. For doing that. It's actually really good. Oh snap! It's actually
Oh
really good. It's actually really good hearing testimonies like that because it just shows that you conquered your demons and you're gonna continue to move on being successful going forward.
yeah. All right, you're right there, Steve.
Yeah. The freaking mic fell. I mean that's what I was worried about. But go ahead.
Ja Morant, Malta also said every time someone records, hold up, let me pull out my gun. Yeah, it's true.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
stupid
true.
part. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, so Ashley said John Morant has a lot of yes men around him. Someone in his circle should have checked him a long time ago.
You see, and that is why I had to like, bro, Fred. That's awesome. That's why I brought up Hoovy as an example. Because dude, if Hoovy's like, taking me here, taking me there, because all the billions that he got, you best believe I'm gonna be like, yo, Hoovy, like, you better calm that stuff down because I don't want you to lose. You lose, I'm losing too. You know what I'm saying? So they should look out for his best interest as a friend, as one of the homies. But I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I like Ja. This is multi talking. I like Ja. Hold on a second. Let me see this play. There we go. Yeah. All right. So I like Ja. I'm rooting for him. Trust me. But if he would develop some more muscles, he wouldn't be so trying to gangster with his guns because it's not helping him on the court.
Oh man, gain some muscles. I like that motto, bro. Like you been on the road, bro. Gain some muscle, man.
I can only imagine a lot of players has he's playing against thinking, yeah, it's a little ghetto boy. I'm gonna go lift weights, my friend. Fantastic podcast. I look forward to the next one. Good luck at work, Hubie. Yeah, thank you, Molten.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna actually go lift some weights, but after the game, like after the game, I'm gonna go lift weights. And hopefully I don't see the freaking crazy boss over there.
All right. So on that note, let's get out of here. Let me give a roll call. Malta F, thank you guys for watching. Joshua, thank you for watching. Good luck in college, bro. Ruben, thank you for watching. Let's see. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. Brian, Brian, thank you for watching. Nolan, thank you for watching.
I think there's a couple more.
No, I think that's it. I think we got everybody.
No, you are missing one. You're missing Joe.
Oh, Joe, thank you for watching, Joe. Thank you so much. Oh, and Jacob, Nintendo Gamer, thank you for watching.
Respect to Jay.
Yeah, that's Nintendo Gamer.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Kidvid, thank you for watching. Conspiracy Agent, thank you for watching.
Oh, okay, we had a decent amount of people here. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I do gotta go to work, so
Yeah, and for the remaining of you all that's watching right now, if you can, share this stream, whether if it's on Facebook, Twitter, IG, whatever app that you guys used, it would be great so that other people could watch, and we will continue to make more. I definitely enjoyed this podcast. It was great. We will be here next week on Monday. This is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
All right, who we 186. Have a good night, you guys.